Welcome to Nova Patria. This is a very interesting Roman city builder slash colony sim, but here's the twist. There are steampunk elements, and we're going to be able to get railways and airships and a whole bunch of other bits of tech integrated into the Roman way of life, which is kind of cool. Anyway, we have an objective to establish our dominion. Our first city must be built near the ocean and next to a source of fresh water. So, fresh water sources you can see over here. Little spring, ocean, obviously big around the edge of the world. There's a whole bunch of places that would be appropriate, so somewhere like here. But I'm going to choose somewhere like this for reasons which I hope will become clear in just a little bit. So we're going to get that down. Ager Passes. Can I rename the cities? This is going to be very important. This is going to be very disappointing if I can't. Not necessarily a problem. Okay. Cool. That's great. And we are in. Thank you very much. Okay, so here's the thing. We start with, well, just one building, really. This is a merchant dock. This is how we are going to be able to get resources, at least the initial resources, into our city, but slowly but surely we're going to be expanding out drastically. Now, I can rename my city. Potato, what's a Rome? Potatopolis? Sure, let's go for that. That doesn't feel particularly Roman, but maybe I'll come up with something a little bit later on. Anyway, this is a little overview of what we have got in Potatopolis, actually, I suppose that's how it's pronounced. Anyway, one population, one housing, and one building. The way that this works is we need to expand our cities in order to be able to build more infrastructure buildings in all of them. We start with just one city, but that is fine. Let's unpause and let's see what we've got going on. So we got a few objectives up here as well. Not really necessarily enforced, but stuff that is going to help us along our journey. Constructing a fishing dock, for example, is going to be super useful. We've got one house, we've got one city center, and we have got one merchant dock, all of which we will be utilizing to our fullest extent. Okay. First thing that I want to get down is a fishing dock. Fishing dock can only be built like right here, I think, right? I think it can only be built here, but must have more population and houses in Potatopolis. That is fine. We just need to wait a little bit for this ship to arrive. This ship is going to give me all of the resources that I need, I hope, to build a thriving city. And it's going to dock with my merchant dock, which is actually a really important sort of like warehouse-style building. But don't worry, we'll get to that in a little bit. This game has released fully. You can check it out, link down in the description below. It's a game that I've been following for a long time throughout development, and I played it a couple of times before, and I really, really dig it. So I'm really looking forward to this, actually. It's great fun. Okay, so what have we got? We've got fish here. We have got cement as well. I can tell you it's cement. There we go. Cement, which is going to allow us to build sort of roads and stuff. And you can also see that we have got planks or wood or whatever it is, lumber. There we go. And then most importantly, fish. As you can imagine, houses are going to consume fish. Roads are going to be built with cement, and that is all grand. Now, Potatopolis is slowly but surely leveling up, and if I go into 3 times speed, we can speed things up so that we can get our second population. And bada bim, bada boom. Fantastic. Second population. Brilliant. That second house is going to get built. And as soon as the second house is built, we will be able to build ourselves our first building, which is very, very exciting indeed. Because something else that I should have noted, we've currently got all of these buttons toggled on. That means that we're importing all of the resources from from overseas, which is fine. We're fine with that. That's okay. It's only a short-term solution anyway. Construction progress on this second house is happening very, very nicely indeed. So that is good. There we go. And now it is time to nab ourselves a fishing dock. Fantastic. Okay, it's going to cost me a few coins. It's going to cost me a little bit of lumber. It's going to cost me some road as well, which is obviously cement, but that is completely fine. And that is the basic resources that we need in order to survive and hopefully thrive in Potatopolis. That's the dream anyway. Okay, next thing that we want to do after the fishing dock, well, I guess we'll see what's next on the agenda. But we can start thinking about potentially, you know, getting a secondary city. There's nothing to stop us from just building like cities in a whole bunch of different locations, but what's critical is that they need fresh water. We absolutely need fresh water in order to expand our empire out. Now, there's a couple of different ways that we can get fresh water around here. You know, we could just build our city, like, right next to these little water springs, or, alternatively, we could build ourselves an aqueduct, which is absolutely something that I'm really interested in doing, but not something that I really want to do right now. Okay, establish a second city, grow a tier 2 house. That is fine. Cities grow higher tier houses, multiple tiers available, they require more resources, increase the city's population to 4 in order to acquire a tier 2 house. That is completely fine. Well, yeah, let's look at that. We got ourselves our third population. Very, very nice. We probably want to be thinking about lumber, some form of lumber. So if we're able to build a city, nearby, I mean, this is quite a dense area of trees. I don't think that we're going to be able to build... out over there. But, I mean, if we do something like this, and then we're probably going to want to connect up... There we go. 4 cement in order to build that there. That seems like a pretty good deal. We'll let that all get built. I think we should have the resources. Obviously, we do have the resources because we're still importing them all, which is fine. It's just a very, very expensive endeavor for us at the moment. As you can see, my wealth up here basically is being entirely drained by a bunch of imports, which is a little bit less than ideal. I've got some objectives up here, not necessarily something that we really need to worry about right now. We've also got a tech tree, which I really, really, really want to start exploring, but now is not quite the time. What else have we got? Construction resources. Okay, a little overview there. And then we've also got some little, what are these? Filters. Yeah, so we can see trees, we can see all that sort of stuff if we need to. Anyway, second city is looking good. And if I hover over the second city, you can actually see the resource range of this city, which is kind of cool because it's going to allow us to move resources around, I hope, a little bit more efficiently. So, can I get, what am I looking for? I'm looking for a lumber mill. Yeah, like a logging camp. Must have more houses. Don't worry, we're working on it. We are working on it. As soon as this house is built, we will have the appropriate number of houses, which is good. Potatopolis. Population is looking good. City needs more buildings. Aha, yeah. What do I want to get in Potatopolis? We can't really build much. I mean, a hunter's lodge. I don't think we can. Flour mill, wheat mill. We could build a wheat farm. That might not be the craziest idea in the world. And I'll tell you why that might not be the craziest idea in the world. But what I maybe want to do is a monastery. Yeah. Alternatively, how do I get cement? Produces cement from limestone. Well, we don't have... Must have access to limestone. That's limestone up there. Okay, so this city, I think, is going to be my industrial sort of style city. Well, that's okay. My capital is going to be the intellectual heart of my operation. Let's go and place a monastery. A monastery is going to allow me to start doing some research. It's a very, very important building, and I'm very excited for it. We've got some more objectives, by the way. Check fresh water in the heat map menu. That is this. As you can see, fresh water works exactly as you might expect it. It flows down from the springs in the hills. Not all the time, but because that's just a spring right there. But we can build a city basically anywhere in freshwater range, which is fine. Check the resource range in the heat map menu. That is this one, resource range. It's where we can deliver a whole bunch of resources to. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Construct an aqueduct, establish a local trade route via road. Yes, that is something that I want to do. For now, however... Let's get a logging camp. Let's get a logging camp built. Plus 5% production from extra trees. Yeah, I mean, see, this would be the ideal tile to build wood on. But you know what? We'll start with the lumber. We'll start with the logging camp right over there. That's fine. I think that's a good use of our resources. Potatopolis is now up to 4 population, which is looking grand, and we've got ourselves a monastery, which is very, very exciting. I also need to make sure that I turn a profit before we end up going out of business, but that is fine. Right, the way that research works is that we can adjust our benefice. Currently, we are working on aeolopily engineering. There you go. This is basically the first bit of kit that we need in order to start researching a whole bunch of other stuff. Fired iron, stuff like steel. We've got airships up here. Navis automata. Upgrades, transport, merchant ships. I mean, all of this good stuff. Valve Fontis removes aqueduct limit of 1 tile per spring. Oh, yeah, that's kind of cool, actually. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but it's fine. Okay, growing the tier 2 house. Have we got 4 houses here? Yeah, we almost do. We have got... Oh, look at that. House tier 2. Fantastic. This is very, very exciting indeed. And the reason that it's very exciting is because there is another requirement for food at the tier 2 house. So, we're going to need to supply flour. We also need to link this up by road so that we can speed up our movement of resources. So, fish needs to be supplied to all of these different houses. That's completely fine. But we need to make sure that it is done fast enough. Okay, look at this. We are producing logs. Marvelous. I want to let you reach level 2, and then we're going to nab a lumber mill in here somewhere. I'm also thinking... This is maybe going to be a little bit bold, but I think that we want to start... I think we want to start another city somewhere. And you know what? It absolutely could be with an aqueduct. It could be with an aqueduct, but it probably shouldn't be with an aqueduct. How far away can I build a city center? Construction is not in range. Yeah. So we kind of have to chain our cities together a little bit. We require access to fresh water. Yeah, that is a problem. Also, we need another building over here in my main city. Lumber mill must have more houses. Yeah, we need to wait for that house to get built. Also, I need to build a warehouse. Warehouses are super, super, super important. Yeah, for sure. Also, what I think I need to do now is I need to start putting fish into export mode. We do not need any more fish. And I'm also going to say we just want to stop trading. We want to stop trading wood. I need to stem the flow here. I absolutely need to stem the flow of resources that we are losing. I also need to find somewhere, wherever that may be, to grow wheat. To be fair, it could be in Potatopolis. I did say that it could be. And we can always change it later on if we want to. So, I guess we'll build a wheat farm right over here then. Wheat farm needs to be next to fresh water, so that's absolutely fine. We'll build a wheat farm here. I think we get... Do we not get, like, adjacency bonuses? I think we get adjacency bonuses if we build them so close to one another. But we've also got the ability to build a flour mill, but it has to be built on a hill. So maybe we want the flour mill to be somewhere over here on our third city. That's okay. That's okay. All right. Also, we are going to reduce our... We're going to reduce our research progress just whilst we make a little bit more money, because that is absolutely mission critical for us. We really cannot afford to go bankrupt. I need to get this finished up here, and then we need to get ourselves a secondary lumber mill as well. 1 cement, 1 road, etc. Probably in this area. Yeah, I guess. Not necessarily the end of the world. But the good news is that our expenses should go way, 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 way down. Come on, finish building that house, please, video game. We're close, but it is taking a little bit of time. Okay, good. You're still importing cement. We're exporting fish, and with any luck, we should start to see. Yeah, exports is slowly but surely going up. Right, house is built. Marvelous. It's time to get a lumber mill. Let's plonk you down right over there. That's really, really good. Warehouse, we can't build yet, but we will be able to build a warehouse over here soon. And we build a warehouse in this area, and that's going to allow us, hopefully, to develop a road connection and start trading between my 2 cities, which is actually really, really exciting. And something that I cannot wait for. Can I get a cheeky little road across here? I sure can. Let's do it. It's going to cost me a little bit of cash, but that's absolutely fine. Right, construct an aqueduct, establish a local trade route via road. Yeah, that's kind of what we're going for at the present moment. Oh, I am very low on the old cash. Let's turn off any internal any trades. Yeah, that's fine. You're producing wheat. That's great. We're not actually doing anything with our wheat at the present moment, but that's okay. We'll get to that. You're undersupplied for logs, but don't worry. The logs should be coming through. Looks like we need to get more logs per lumber, or more logging camps per lumber mill in order to make things work. We also now will start to see, yep, this is good. We will start to see the logs moving along the road and get supplied back to the merchant dock. The merchant dock is, yeah, as I say, it's a warehouse. It's literally a warehouse that's going to allow us to store a whole bunch of resources, which is kind of great. Okay, third house is on the way over here, which is good. We're still a little bit low on cash. Still a little bit low on cash. Can I don't think I can pause the monastery, can I? No. Oh, look at that. We actually made money. Amazing. Amazing. Taxes from fully supplied. Perfect. That's great. That's what we like to see. Also, I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I do have 4 buildings in Potatopolis, but city is undersupplied houses. Yeah, that's kind of problematic, to be honest. What's the issue with you here? Porter's Grove, 5 population. Houses, 2 buildings. Do I only have 2 buildings here? Yeah, we've only got 2 buildings here. And I tell you what we can do. We can do... This is a little bit higgledy-piggledy. But if I get access to fresh water... Yeah, if I build this here... This is, I think, the best case scenario for us, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to have the wheat produced over here. And in fact, that wheat should be connected via road. There we go. Wheat is going to be produced over here. It's going to be moved up to the hill. Ideally, we want that to probably be done over here in the future, but for now, we're just gonna roll with it. The wheat is going to be produced here, and then it is going to be moved back to the houses. We don't have a warehouse to organize this yet, but we will. We will, and we will sort that. That's going to be my 4th building in this city. Yeah, or maybe actually an additional lumber mill, because to be fair, we could do with, yeah, seeing this little undersupplied warning disappear. Okay, money is on the up and up. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I can't quite believe it, but all it took was us to stop importing everything. And, yeah, we're storing this... Can I import domestic trade, export domestic trade? We want to yeah, just disable overseas. Disable overseas for now, because we kind of need a little bit more food. And once we get the flour mill up and running, we can maybe start thinking about some exporting. So yeah, the resource range of the wheat mill, that's fine. It is within range of the flour mill. The wheat farm is within range of the flour mill. That's great. So that means that we are going to turn all of our wheat into flour, and we are going to send it over into the house tier 2, which is just fantastic. And that is also going to bring in more money as well. So taxes from undersupplied tier 2. Taxes from fully supplied. Taxes from undersupplied must hopefully disappear. We'll see that disappear, and then taxes from fully supplied will even out, and we will start making some money. So that's good. So this is a little bit of a higgledy-piggledy town, but it's actually not too bad. And we are going to hit our... Wow, that's 5 population. That's not too shabby. That is not too shabby at all. And that's a tier 3 house. Holy heck, that's pretty good. Right, I think that I would like to start exporting lumber. Yeah, we'll start doing that. I've actually got like a lot of money coming in now, which is great. I would love to get another fishing dock. That seems great. I mean, we currently have no fish in reserve, which is not superb. Probably means that we are going to start to see some fish supply issues, but if we can get on top of that, like, early on, then that would be great. What's the issue with you? You're not consuming enough lumber. City has undersupplied houses, presumably because of a lack of fish. Yep, which is going to affect the further away houses first. But that's okay. We're getting on top of that. We're getting on top of that. Good. I also think that we probably want to found a 3rd city. I think this fish processing plant is going to make a real big old difference. Okay. We're exporting. Let's change overseas exports. Toggle the buttons beneath overseas exports. Overseas imports. Oh yeah, no, but I don't want any overseas imports. That's fine. We'll just tough it out. It's fine. That's absolutely a-okay. It's looking good. It's looking good. And loads of fish is being distributed, and we're gonna see our stuff grow, which is great. Okay, next thing that we can talk about is the warehouse. I think the warehouse is a really cool bit of kit, and I am going to build that here. We build this in the center of town, and what it's going to allow us to do, it's going to allow us to choose some more resources to be stored. I'm thinking that I probably want to be storing, like, lumber here, maybe, and also flour. That's probably the two things that I would want to get. Also, we're going to have to establish an aqueduct. I don't know where I'm going to do that yet. Don't know where I'm going to do that. So we've got some limestone over here, limestone over there. I think an aqueduct is going to be necessary, and I think I kind of want to build an aqueduct. Is this going to actually build here? It says it's going to build there. I think we want to build an aqueduct to... Yeah, we'll build an aqueduct to there, right? I think that should be within range of the resource supply. Oh, look at that. We actually completed our research. Amazing. Cool. Yeah, so it's within resource range, but it's not within all of the resource range. So actually, I take it back. Let's not bother building demolish aqueduct. Yeah, there we go. Demolish the whole thing. There's literally no point because it's not within range. Not within building range of everything, so we'd only be able to build like half of the aqueduct, which is a kind of pointless endeavor. Okay, what's up with you? You are not consuming enough logs. You're consuming not enough wheat either. Potatopolis needs another. City is undersupplied houses, but it's undersupplied with what? Fish, potentially flour. Oh, it's you. Jerky and flour. Do you know what? We could do with getting another farm. Let's get another wheat farm here. Oh, yeah, by the way, warehouse. So, now, here's the thing. Our warehouse is fully built. As you can see, look at that. We have now got a little horse and cart that is doing transportation between the dock, the merchant dock, and also the warehouse over here. That means that resources like fish will now be delivered here before being distributed around more widely. Also, you need stuff like flour. Yeah, that's not really good enough. Am I happy with this order of operations? Yeah, I kind of am, but we can change this to probably store flour. Yeah, so that's going to be distributed all the way back to the dock, and then we'll store flour here. We will tell you what we're going to do. We are going to set up another wheat farm. What's the issue? Do we not have... We just don't have the houses here. So you need more industry, don't you? Yeah, city needs more buildings. I think... I mean, we're exporting lumber at a really decent rate. I think we want to continue to do that. And I did say that half of our issues were lumber related. Yeah, let's go here. Then let's go road. Connect that up. Brilliant. So that should give me a little bit more production. 4 logs needed for lumber. It looks like we're only getting about 50% of it. So that will satisfy the requirement in this city. And then, yeah, we need to figure out how we get more flour. And honestly, I think we are going to build a brand new city center, and it's going to be somewhere like here. The way that we're going to do this is absolutely categorically with an aqueduct. It's not going to be a super interesting city, but it kind of has to be done in this location. Because otherwise we will... To be fair, hold on. Let's demolish the aqueduct. Yeah, demolish the aqueduct. And what I'm thinking, actually, is that if we're going to build it to anywhere, let's check... Let's be a little bit more strategic about this. Let's check out the resource range. Then we will get the aqueduct. And then we will build... basically to the edge of our resource range, right? Not in range of cement. Is it not? I think it should be. Oh, it's probably because cement is only going to be supplied from... Cement's only going to be supplied from there. That's fine. I think that should be okay. I think that should be okay. Anyway, build that. We're seeing all the cement creep across. That's great. And then once we build the aqueduct, the next stage is going to be to build a fountain. So the way that the aqueduct works is that you can only build in a very, very small area underneath the aqueduct. And it's only literally the end point that counts as fresh water. That's fine. We can work with that. I'll show you what I mean in just a second. Change overseas exports. Consume jerky. I don't even know how to make jerky. We'll worry about that in just a second. I don't need any more buildings. We're good for industry. It's literally just a case of tier 2 houses presumably don't have enough flour, but that's okay. We're going to fix that in just a sec. Okay, aqueduct has been built. Great. Next thing that we want to do is that we want to build a fountain, but we're going to have to build a city first. So we build a city right here, and then if we go into fresh water range, look at that. You can see literally it's just the end of the aqueduct that has access to fresh water. However, if we were to build a fountain, then this is going to allow us to expand greatly, actually, the range of our fresh water distribution, which is kind of cool. I'm just having an absolute whale of a time with this. I think this is just a flippin' darn good game. Let's throw you in there so that we can have a road network that connects everything up. And in fact, you know what? Let's do something like that. That feels necessary as well. We might have to ditch some of these roads in the future, but for now, let's roll with it. Do I need any more cement? No, we're actually completely fine for cement. But I can change that if we need to. Yeah, that's fine. Well, good news. The city is almost built. The city is almost built, which is fantastic. But more importantly, we've actually just crossed over that 20,000 denarii worth wealth threshold, which is good because that is what we started with, which is quite remarkable. We've come a long way, which is pretty darn good. Okay, fountain. Let's do it. Let's build the fountain right over here, I think. Yeah, we're going to need to wait until the house is built, but that's completely fine. We can wait until that's done. That's cool. We build the fountain over here, and then we're going to build more wheat. That's basically what I'm interested in, because we're going to need to supply this sucker with just more and more and more wheat, because we need more flour for a whole bunch of our tier 2 houses. Jerky, yeah, I'm going to have to figure out how we build jerky. It's presumably going to be hunter? Must be built in the forest. Is that... I presume this is forest over here? Okay, we can maybe check that out. Also, I should be doing some research. What do we got? Wheat Valley, vineyard, and tobacco farms no longer require a river, but gain 15% production if near one. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, nice. And the production is just, like, saved up. Also, I'm going to increase my... my research... there. What does this do? Fishing docks and hunting lodges produce 25% faster if not neighboring the same building. Well, that's pretty good, because we don't have anything that is currently neighboring the same building. So that's great. Right, let's do fountain, as I said, right here. Brilliant. That is phenomenal. I am very, very chuffed with that, to be honest. My population is at 11 at the moment. It's in a decent place. It's not quite where we need it to be yet, but that's okay. So we wait for the fountain to get built here. That's going to be the second industrial building, which is great. We can also check the area that the houses are likely to expand in, by the way, and we can prioritize them, I think. So let's do that. Let's say, hey, house, build here instead when you level up, which is quite nice. Do you have... Yeah, you've got the industrial buildings, but you need more... You still need more lumber. It's kind of wild, to be honest. Yeah, we still need even more lumber. Annoying. Very annoying. Also, how much cement do we have left? We're only storing cement here. 27 out of 100. You know what? Let's start importing cement. I think we can manage that. Lumber as well. Let's stop exporting lumber. How much have we got of each here? Yeah, a bit of a mix there. That's fine. Alrighty. Look at that. That's going to be our second... There we go. Our second house right over here. Great. I love how the roads just automatically adjust. That's quite nice. That is good. And as long as we're making money, I don't think that I'm that... I don't think that I'm that bothered. I think this is completely chill. Well, the fountain is built. The house is built. That is marvelous. We are happy with that. Let's get ourselves a wheat farm. Must neighbor a river. It doesn't have to neighbor a river in just a little bit. We need to wait until this research is done, which is good. That's fine. We can wait a little bit. That's okay. Should I just crank? Let's crank it up. Let's crank it right up. Okay. Before, yeah, okay, so we need to just wait for that research to get done, but that should be fine. We can afford to let our cash dip a little bit. Does anybody need any industrial buildings? No. But we do need to figure out how we're going to get jerky. Yeah. We need to figure out how we're going to get jerky. And we've already used this fresh water source. So, for example, if I was to try and get an aqueduct, yep, cannot create more than one aqueduct per spring. So that is a problem that we're going to have to resolve. Maybe we try this actually again. So I think the way that it might work, if we do not in range of cement. Yeah, so if we do this, it might actually build the whole thing. And if it does build the whole thing, then hey, we're in a great place. Let's see if that actually happens. Also, is this forest over here? I think this is forest. So if this is forest, then that means that we could get a hunter lodge right over there, which would be kind of great. Also, if I build a road out here, it's going to cost me a little bit of cement to build, but it's fine. Also, yeah, we are burning through our reserves, but that is mostly because I am just absolutely proceeding down the irrigation routes. Yeah, it's very, very expensive. Outrageously expensive, in fact, but that's okay. So yeah, let's see. If we're able to build this whole thing, then that's fine. If we're not necessarily the end of the world. Hey, look at that. Irrigation has just arrived. That is phenomenal. Let's go and get ourselves a wheat farm right here. Yep, it's good. And you know what? We're going to get another wheat farm as well, basically as soon as we possibly can. Also, I'm thinking that I maybe want to build a road directly up here. Let's do that. Let's at least get it sort of zoned in so that we don't have to worry about it. Also, let's turn our research right down. What do we got here? Excess fish can be consumed by farms to produce 30% faster. Don't hate it. Cities no longer incur additional upkeep costs after 5 population. Well, we don't have any... We don't have that much population. I think we'll take the Ballista Venator. Fishing docks and hunting lodges produce 25% faster if not neighboring the same building. So that's really going to benefit my 2 fishing docks in Potatopolis here. I think that is perfect for us. We do need to kind of stem our... We need to stem our cash loss. I will start exporting... that lumber that we have, which honestly is not super useful for me, but it's okay. Let's get more wheat. More wheat is absolutely what we need. How's this looking? Yeah, it's looking like, to be honest, it's looking like it's only going to build the resources. It's only going to build the stuff within range of the resources there. So that's not necessarily ideal, but that's okay. It's fine. Right, the city of Gratia is looking great, actually. And you know what? We're going to follow it up with basically another wheat farm as soon as we possibly can. All of the resources that we need in order to make this happen are all here. It's all fine. It's actually all looking... It's just all looking great. It's all looking great. Oh, what I should check before we do that is just... Yeah, we're still not supplying enough flour, so yeah, it is justified. It is justified to get another one, so let's go and get that one down over there. That's looking good. And then all the resources can just be shipped up here directly, which is phenomenal. Very, very nice. Yeah, I wonder. Are we going to be able to do... What am I doing? I'm doing, yeah, that research. That's fine. We're back in cash, by the way, which is great. I wonder what the next sort of, like, expansion is. I mean, we do clearly need to get the jerky. We've got all of our industrial buildings over here. I think what I'm going to do is twofold. First of all, I'd like to build a warehouse. I'd like to build a warehouse somewhere, but I also feel like we could... There we go, another one. Heck yeah, love to see it. Love to flippin' see it. How are we doing for flour now? Still not, like, as good as we need to. 4.7 per week, rate actual is 3 point something per week. So that's not good. Irrigation, neighboring river require plus 15% speed. Winter penalty minus 25% speed. Oh, I see. Are we in winter? Yeah, we're in winter at the moment, so that's a little bit of a shame. Not the end of the world, though. Not the end of the world. There's nothing else down here. What's the resource range? The resource range is not bad. I think we can extend the resource range with, yeah, if we build a... If we were to build a warehouse, which I would really love to do, but we're not going to be able to do that until we're sorted. Yeah, and there's no fresh water. Yeah, I feel like this city maybe should be over here. So if I was to build a warehouse here, there is a world. Hold on. Hold on. I've got an idea. If I build a warehouse right here, then we can build an aqueduct from here all the way out to here. That's kind of insane, but I kind of love it. And that actually doesn't prohibit us from building another city right in here. Because this will work. This will work as like a little interstitial city. Yeah, if we check out the range right now, it's not that large. But once this warehouse is built, that basically enables the construction of, I think, this entire thing. If it doesn't, well, I'm gonna feel a little bit embarrassed and ashamed. But if it works, then heck yeah, this is gonna be phenomenal. It doesn't look like... It looks like half of it is, like, out of range of my viaduct, my great big viaduct. But to be fair, after we build this city, some of it will be within range. So that's kind of nice. So yeah, we can still build a little city here, and then that's going to allow us to get to the next little city, which is kind of cool. We could also build a merchant dock somewhere, like, here. If we build another city here, then we can start, like, doing transportation and resources between them. We also want to see, what do we want? Cement, fish, etc. Yeah, probably that's fine. We need... Do we need more resources? Do we need more resources? That's a tier 3 house, so that's fine. We need another building here. How are we doing? How are we doing for wheat? A little bit better, but that's because we are in Mayus, which I presume is May. Also, let's build another bit of road there, because clearly that is required. Anything else? I'm just on the hunt for jerky, that's it. I'm on the massive, massive, massive hunt for jerky. Let's build a road right across there. Good stuff. Okay, so the aqueduct will now be able to build a slightly larger... in a slightly larger area. It's so close to working out, isn't it? One warehouse in here and we're absolutely golden. Yeah, we're not quite down to there yet. I mean, if I was to build a warehouse here, that would allow me to expand. I mean, yeah, it kind of needs to be built here. But that's okay. The borders will expand, and we will be richly rewarded for it. And you know what? We've got another city as well, which is kind of great news. Don't love the fact that we've used up this rather valuable aqueduct source, but it's fine. I mean, this is all looking good, but we're kind of capped at 5 cities until we can get jerky. I mean, alternatively, I could just flip and import jerky. I could just literally import jerky. I mean, we can get merchant dock here. No, that's just out of range. It's just out of range. What about a merchant? I can't get a merchant dock there because we've already got all of our 5 industrial buildings there. I mean, I could destroy the monastery. I could destroy the monastery, and that would... I could destroy the monastery. Yeah, let's do that. And then give me another merchant dock. Don't demolish the fishing dock. Needs access to fresh water. I need... I need this. I need this. I need this. There's not really a... Maybe we just save and build to there. You know what? I take it back. Rebuild the monastery. Right, rebuild the monastery. Yes, I know that's a bit of a waste of money, but I don't care. Money is something that we're okay with at the moment, losing. Oh, are we actually within range? Are we within range of everything? No, there's still like a few tiles that are just painfully outside. I'm flippin' determined that we're gonna get this, by the way. It's pretty cool. I think this will... I think this will do it for us, you know. Should we try it? Let's try it. Let's try it, because there's like a firm line and then a non-firm line. I think the build radius is the outside line. But hey, look, if this doesn't work, we just trash the warehouse and just, you know, do something else. It's fine. And you know what? If we can build a city center over here, then that would be flippin' magical. I would love to be able to immediately build another city center. To be fair, we've got quite a few city centers planned. We've got one city center right over here. Probably here, actually. Yeah, probably... No, probably here. Fountain here. Expand out. And then see what we've got. Do I need... Actually, will I be able to build a city center? I'll have to build it out here. Because we can't build within the confines of another city. That's kind of crazy. Let's build out that way. Sure. That should be fine. Right. Warehouse has been built. Let's see. Are there any resources that are moving towards the aqueduct? I don't think there are. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. However, warehouse up at the top of the hill. Oh, it's so close to working. It's so close to working out. We can almost do this. Okay, couple of great things to consider. First of all, we can build a city right here. Yeah, let's go and do that. Let's go and set up a city to be built right there. And we actually have the resources in the warehouse already. What do I want this city to do? There's not really anything that it can do. Actually, can you do... Is there any limestone around here? There's a little bit of limestone. There's a little bit of... There's a tiny, tiny, tiny little bit of limestone. I'll tell you what. Fountain. No, can't build a fountain because that's the aqueduct start, not the aqueduct end. Monastery, maybe? Cement factory, coal mine. Can't do any of that stuff because we don't have it. Smokehouse, jerky, pointless. Sand collector requires a beach, which we absolutely do not have. This is a vineyard. We can build a vineyard. Is that what I want to build? Sure, you know what? Let's build a vineyard. Let's freaking do it. Okay, then we build a road up there. Great. And then if we expand up north, then I think that's going to allow me to expand my... Expand. Look at that. It's happening slowly but surely. We're expanding it piece by piece by piece. Right. You do not have enough fish. That is a problem. And that is something that we want to try and resolve. Yeah, this is not good. And to be honest, let's put on importation of fish for now, so that we can just get a little bit more, on top of that. We've got 3 connections by road, which is phenomenal, but we're just not getting enough fish. Which is why, by the way, I want to build this city here, but I really don't actually care about this city. I want to build a city pretty much here. Yeah, it must be at least 4 tiles away from another city. I appreciate that, but if I want to zone a city there, because I want to get more fishing docks, and that is going to be so important for everything. Right, we are painfully close to making this all work. Come on. Come on, let's do it. Let's get us across the line. We got some fish coming in. It's taken a while. This is abandoned. Yeah, it's abandoned, by the way, because the city is not getting the resources that it needs. It then needs to grow back to level 2. The house needs to be unabandoned, etc., etc., etc. So that is going to happen, I hope, in a little bit. Yeah, you know what? I honestly think with that little bit of extra, importation of the fish, I think that will make a difference. I also think that as soon as we get the ballista thing done, the ballista venator, let's actually scale you back up to 1. There we go. So that will mean that we now hopefully have got enough fish in this city to supply all the goods that we need. Everything should be supplyable by road. Like, we should have the fish delivered here locally, and then it can, you know, take a trek out to the next areas. I realize that I am really trying to squeeze every single little ounce out of what is, at the moment, a pretty creaking network of Roman steampunk cities. But that's fine. It's fine. As soon as we get jerky, we are gonna be rocking and rolling, which is kind of great. We're so close. We're so close as well. We're so flippin' close. 0 fish. We got absolutely no flippin' fish. Also, you need probably to get more wheat over here. Access to fresh water. So the fountain is... Yeah, so we can build 2 more wheat farms. That's fine. Let's build another wheat farm. Absolutely grand. Now that's looking good. And then from there... What do I want to build? I mean, does that city expanding to level 3 get me across the line? I don't think it does. Nah. Annoying. Okay, well, no matter. Flour is coming through a little bit more regularly now, which is great. That makes me very happy indeed. Everything is connected up via roads. This port city, what is this? Pons Aquile is looking quite nice. What do I want to build here? Lumber camp, logging camp. Ooh, there's actually some iron ore up in these hills. And some coal. Right, well, I take it back. This might actually be a decent place to found a city. Let's get you over to there. Nice. Grapes looking good. So close. We're so close. Yeah, what do I want this extra building in this city to be? There's the winery. Requires access to fresh water. I will build you there. Let's do it. Okay. Again, things are creaking, but I think we're going to be able to get this done. And then will that extend the road network? I've just got to hope. Got to hope beyond hope. I'm pretty chuffed. This looks great. This looks kind of amazing. What do you need? You need a building, don't you? City is undersupplied houses. Do I need a warehouse here? I feel like a warehouse would be a great choice. Yeah, let's do it. We also can still aqueduct off from here if I want to in the future. I don't need to do that right now, but we can in the future if we need to. Can I... If I build out some road over here, will that get me... Yeah, if I build out the road over there, will that allow me to extend the range of my supply? I hope. I really hope. Also, we are still at 55,000. That's really good. Even though we're not really producing enough fish, are we? We're slightly better. We're slightly better in the fish department now, which is good. Cement. Are we importing cement? No, we're not. We should be importing cement. That's fine. That's completely fine. Yeah. This area is going to be challenging to get access to. For sure. We're building out there. That's good. Oh, look. I think we've hit the resource range. Great. So roads definitely do make a difference. I should just build more roads. Hey, look at that. Fishing docks and hunting lodges produce 25% faster, if not neighboring the same building. Okay, yes, that's great. I am happy with that. I will extend this road out here. Cool. Let's go and do that. That's as far as we can go with our current level of cement. And here comes the cement all the way across to the other edge of the world. Buildings require access to fresh water. I know, video game. I'm working on it. After the longest trail of cement that we've seen ever, it's finally happening. Alrighty. Okay, good. This is looking great. This is looking really, really nice. And the brand new construction site of our new city is about to be built here. Amazing. I've not really figured out what I'm going to do with these cities on this coast yet. I suppose it's all the same coast, but you know what I mean. Ahaha, look at that, look at that, look at that. We can do it. We can build a city in the forest in the middle of nowhere using an aqueduct from the other side of town. This feels like proper... This feels just like proper Roman, you know, proper Roman building operation. Just like doing the absolute impossible industrial engineering in the middle of nowhere, you know, no fresh water to be seen. Here we go. Let's throw a ridiculously expensive, stupid aqueduct that makes absolutely no sense because we want jerky. It just feels so good. Feels so good. Okay, fishing dock. Yes, we're going to get a fishing dock, and we're going to get another fishing dock. Ideally, not in an adjacency position. Yeah. Okay, whatever. We can... Just one extra fishing dock for now is all that we can... Is all that we can supply. But that's fine. Okay. Good. And then build this up here. Great. We need more cement. Yeah. Ahaha! Look at this. And then another city. We're going to build another city right over here, I think. Yep. Grand. And then we're going to build a limestone farm right here. We need to build a fountain somewhere. Yeah, I tell you what, we build a fountain. We build a fountain here, and then that will expand enough that we can make that all work. Right, do I need to build a fountain at this end as well? Must have more houses in Maximia, actually. That's okay. We'll build a fountain probably here. Yeah, we'll queue that up in just a sec. Look at that. We're finally getting some fish through the door. That's great. I like this a lot. Okay, research-wise, what have we got? What was new that we unlocked? Limestone, coal, iron, gold ore mines produce 25% faster. Can also be built on neighboring matching ore tiles, but only at 50% production. That's really good. Warehouses and merchant docks expand from 3 to 5 storage sections. That's amazing. That is amazing, 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 amazing. That's the best. That is absolutely the flippin' best. Okay, then we build this here. And then we do what we have been building towards for, like, the last insanely long period of time, is we finally get our jerky production, which is amazing. That's going to fix so many problems for us. I mean, literally, it's what's capped us at 5 cities, at 5 population in these cities. But the good news is that I think that the next resource that we require is wine for our tier 4 houses. And we've already got wine. I mean, we're not doing anything with it. You're undersupplied. Oh, you need bottles? Okay, well, you had me excited there for a little bit, video game. I guess we're gonna need to get sand before we get bottles. Is that the only sandy area that we have access to? Kind of is. Kind of is. But that's okay, because we got a plan on how we can get access there. We're gonna build a road up to here. Yeah, go and build that. Also, you see that? Rails. Yeah, we can get flippin' rails in this game. How cool is that? It's very, very flippin' cool. Okay, fountain. It's stalled. Stalled production. Why is it stalled? Probably because we're waiting for the cement resources to come through. And the reason that we don't have cement is because I imagine that we're just not importing it fast enough. But that's okay. That is why we have got a limestone city. Let's build a fountain here. Yep, because otherwise we're just simply not going to be able to make this work. Build a fountain right there. Also, I think there might be an upgrade that allows us to get more fountains at some point in the future. Also, you need an extra building. Do I want another fishing dock? Yes, but I don't think I can. I can build it. I absolutely can build another fishing dock. Beautiful. The way that the city is expanded is chef's kiss. It's perfect. No notes. Super happy with that. Let's also get some road across here just to make sure that it is all linked up. This is, yeah, quite an annoying situation. I feel like we should be delivering resources directly to here. Balance to domestic trade, switch to import only. Export domestic trade. Yeah, we basically want to export domestic trade. That's better. So presumably now, or ideally, everything should come to here, and then we can just export it with our wagons, which is perfect. Okay, why are you not building? You're waiting for cement. Why are you waiting for cement? There should be no issues. It should all be within resource range. Don't understand why that's the case. Cement has arrived over here. Fish is arriving over here, so that's great. Also, I'm going to get a little road connection up to this area. Ah, no, I don't want you to... Sorry, I don't want you to go... I don't want you to go here. Demolish building. Yep, that's fine. You can go there. That's okay. The good news is that we can, as I say, set this. Whoops, turn that off. Set that as a place that we want to go. Yeah, those two are the areas that we want to expand. There's not really anywhere else where we can do the stuff that we need to do. Because I need limestone here, probably the factory here. I think that's what we're gonna have to do. Right, come on. Why is this not building? It says it's stalled, waiting for cement, but like that shouldn't really be an issue. Okay, rebuild it. Stalled, waiting for cement. Fine. Is it because there's no cement in this warehouse? Is that the issue? Let's go cement. That's not the resource supply range, though. The resource supply range should be... This should be well within the greater cement area. Also, I think we've got so much flipping fish now. Look at that. Look at that. This is looking great. This is looking amazing. And I'm not even developing this stuff down here. How are we doing? How are we doing in terms of supply range down here? Not doing bad, but we could be doing a little bit better. Yeah, I want to bring fresh water. I want to bring it down here. Alternatively, there's a very rogue option. Also, let's get coal and... yeah, let's get a coal mine up here. Sorry, iron. Yeah, let's get iron right there. Yeah, brilliant. Let's do it. Don't really know what we're going to do with it yet, but sure. Absolutely. Screw it. Let's get it down. You are cities undersupplied houses. Let me guess. It is from consuming grapes per week. It's flour. It's all flour. Why is this not building? I cannot figure out why this is not building. This seems really, really strange. Is it within fountain range? Can I try building it somewhere else, maybe? Try building it like here? Will that make a difference? City needs more buildings. Yeah, well, it just needs one. Really not sure why that's not working out. But hey-ho. Anyway, meanwhile, over here, I think you're an important Cementalia. Sure. You're important enough to be renamed. Let's do it. Let's go limestone. Yes, 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 yes. Occupied by the aqueduct. That's fine. We can get this. We can still get the cement factory right in here. We're so ready for it. Should work, right? Must have more population. Must be built near the ocean. No, that's devastating. Devastating. Hey, look at that. I don't know why that's not allowed me to do that. But hey-ho, look, we've got... That's the first building in Maxima. That's the fountain. That's going to allow me to get fresh water everywhere around, which is great. That's going to give me the next level of population. And that means jerky, baby. That means flippin' jerky. And I think I'm going to be able to get one here. Jerky here, and then the jerky factory. Sorry, the smokehouse. Here. Yeah, we'll try that. Must have more houses. Yeah, that's okay. We're getting the houses. We're getting the houses. No worries at all. Okay, iron mine is doing good things. You are actually ready for a coal mine as well. You need access to fresh water, though. You're a little bit far away from freshwater, and I kind of was going to take the freshwater from here over to here, because I need access to sand. Yeah, what's the resource supply range up this way? It's not bad. It's not bad. What's the other building that we want to put here, by the way? It's probably, no, probably something like a monastery. More high-tier houses needed in colony to raise monastery capacity. Oh, I see. We can only have 1.75 monasteries at the moment, so we need a few more big houses in order to make it work. That's fine. That's fine, though. Smokehouse, glassblower. We could build a glassblower here in anticipation. Herb collector. Must have access to wild herbs. Nah. Flavor extractor, tobacco farm. I mean, none of this really matters to me at the moment. So why bother? Fishing dock. I mean, if I build a fishing dock here, right? If I build a fishing dock here, then I am basically just accepting the penalty. Produce 25% faster. But it's still more, right? Like, having a second fishing dock is still objectively better than just one fishing dock. Limestone. Also, am I... Yeah, I'm at 1 times. I'm at 1 times in the monastery. We just need to get the flippin'... We need to get the flippin' Hunter Lodge set up here. Come on. Come on. Let's do it. And then back to here. This is great. Cementalia. I love it. I love the name. Cement factory. Yeah, where were we going to build that? Near the ocean? Well. This would be perfect. This would be perfect. The massive downside of doing this is that it basically, in order to get processed, we need to... It needs to span the entire... You know, the resources need to be moved along the entire flippin' length of the country. No, I think that's too daft. I think we just need to try and build it in Potatopolis, maybe somewhere like this. Yeah, it's... We don't really have a choice. Okay, great. Hunter Lodge is doing what it needs to do. At long last, it's time to get ourselves a smokehouse. We need to have more houses. Yes, we're working on that house, but once that is done, it's going to be great. Also, are you... No, you're not ready to expand, but you are close. You are close to being able to expand, and when you do expand, then that's going to be great. Also, can I say, what's the... I don't want you to expand into here, though. That's annoying. Is there a way that we can improve the fountain? Is there a way that we can improve the fountain? Excess fish can be consumed. Limestone iron coal mines produce faster. Yeah. All resources traveling on their own locally move 50% faster. Resources traveling range increased by 25%. That's amazing, too. That's really, really good. That is superb. Okay, this house is built. Amazing. You know what that means? That means that we're building a smokehouse. We're building a smokehouse, and... Let's build it here, because what I'm thinking of is putting another Hunter Lodge, like, right in here, because then we don't have them adjacent, and if they're not adjacent, then... Yeah, we get that 25% production bonus, which I think is going to be super cool. Super cool. Oh, yeah, something else that I could have done. Down here, you could get another merchant dock. You require access to fresh water, I realize that, but... Is there... No, there's not really a place. I mean, we could replace a fishing dock with a merchant dock, which would be kind of nice, kind of interesting. I don't think that's the right... I don't think that's the right call. So, aqueduct. Is it time to just aqueduct down to here? I kind of think that it is, you know? I kind of think that it is. I think this will allow us to get within range of the sand. And that's really what matters for now. I don't think there's anything else that we need from these parts. Because we've got coal lined up here. And coal is going to be an annoying one to get because we can't use this aqueduct again. But you know what? For now, let's just not worry about that. Aether Lift Works. Warehouse and merchant docks expand from 3 to 5 sections. Storage stuff. That's amazing. That is brilliant. We've not actually got the rest of our stuff set, but we can maybe do that in a little bit. Also, look at this. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Where's the smokehouse? The smokehouse is looking great. We need logs. Actually, logs are a thing that I could supply locally. Logging camp right here. Plus 15% per tree. Yeah, I'll do that, actually. That's great. And look at that. We've hit We've hit 6. We've hit 6. That is amazing. That is so good. Finally. Finally. We have hit our 6th population threshold, which is great. Wow, that was a quick aqueduct construction. Let's go here. Yep. We're gonna get sand. We're gonna get sand. I don't know what the next level of house is gonna require, but we are now supplying all of, well, one house tier 3. What about you over here? Nope, we still need more flour. Well, that is rectifiable with a wheat farm, which would be for this, yeah, for this city, which is fine, but mostly it's just to supply the flour mill, which is still running at an undersupplied status. It's probably in part due to the fact that we are in winter and there is a winter penalty speed. It's not ideal, but it's fine. Also, game objectives. Number of cities. You can set this whenever you jump on into a game. I've set it at 24. Supplied tier 5 houses. 2. City population. 6 out of 24. I thought I would just sort of throw in some big number. Holy heck, we're at 7. And we're moving towards 8. And we're going to hit 8 if I build another wheat building. Yeah, we need more houses, but the house is currently under construction, which is phenomenal. That's great. This is a tier 4 house. What the heck are tier 4 houses going to require, I wonder? I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, what's the next research objective? Steel plant? It's got to be steel, right? Oh, but this is so good. 1,000 research versus 250 research. 250 research is so much more doable. Also, I can now have a second monastery. And I feel like we should put that somewhere kind of useless. Like here? Cities, undersupplied houses. Yeah, you need more flour. I say somewhere useless. That's not really true. Potatopolis, please just expand. If you just expand, then that would solve literally all of my problems. Wheat farm. Yeah, let's get another wheat farm. Yeah. This is good. This is good. We've got 7, 6. Yeah, so we are now meeting our wheat. We're now meeting our wheat demand, which is fantastic. That's great. I am happy with that. What have we got? Wheat-wise, production is 12 per week. Cumulative, we've got plus 9.3 per week. What about flour? Plus 5 per week. Consumption minus 3.3 per week. Okay. So it says that we're undersupplied at the moment, but I think we should have a little bit of excess wheat. I also feel like I should be moving resources by this. Let's do export domestic trade. So all of our flour goes up that way. Yeah. That's good. I'm getting on top of the wheat situation. That's critical for us. And what about the jerky situation? Are we jerkying appropriately? No, we are not. I would almost wager that, yep, we don't have enough raw meat here. That is annoying. This house needs to go, I'm afraid. Sorry, because I need in here. Yeah, let's demolish this building. Yep, you can go over there. That's fine. I'm happy for you to move. Hunter Lodge. Yep, we'll get that squeezed in. We'll get that squeezed in there. And you will just work for me, which is great. And then, yeah, we need to get a second monastery as well, which I have yet to do. Here, I want to squeeze in more wheat. Are we better? I thought we should be... Yeah, I really thought that we would be in a better position for flour now. I thought that we could get... it all sorted, but apparently not. Apparently we need more flour mills? Fired iron, steel plant, excellent. So, that was pretty cheap. Upgrades transport carts to horseless chariots, moves faster and carries more goods. Or, logging camps and wild herb collectors produce plus 15% faster. Production bonus from extra natural resources increased by 100%. That's pretty darn large. Both cost me 500. I think we'll start here. I need to get that second monastery down because I'm immediately going to be able to get... bonuses with it. Need to have more population. Fresh water. Fresh water. The pain in my backside that doesn't stop. Let's get you in there. Sure. I don't love that fact, but that's okay. Also, how on earth are we not... How on earth are we not supplying over here? It's within... Oh, it's literally just outside of resource supply range, isn't it? That's stupid, Potato. Why did I do that? Yeah, delete that there. City center, right in there. Boom. That's fine. Now it will work. Now it will work perfectly. So, monastery is built now. That's good. And we are great for food production. And let's go back here and let's fix the Hunter Lodge issue, which continues to be an issue, but that's okay. Also, let's store wheat. I don't know if we're, for some reason, like having our excess wheat go to different places. Yeah, I don't know why that's the... I'll store a little bit of wheat. I don't think it's really going to make that much of a difference, to be honest, but we'll give it a shot anyway. I really do need just more wheat production. I'm kind of astounded that I just can't supply enough wheat. I feel like I've got enough. I feel like I've got enough. Is there maybe another irrigation improvement that I can get? Waters of healing, houses consume resources 20% slower. See, something like that would be pretty darn great. Yeah, there's also no reason why I should not be just absolutely cranking it and doing as much research as I possibly can, because I have got loads and loads of cash, and even if I do end up losing a little bit, then it'll be fine. Potatowopolis, why are you not working? Like, it's just literally flour and jerky that we need, and we're just not getting flour, nor are we getting jerky. Tell you what, give me flour, give me jerky here, and then let's store jerky here as well. Maybe that will allow resources to be distributed a little bit more widely. I kind of doubt it, because I kind of think that we are basically at capacity for what we can sort right now. Let me guess, you need flour as well? Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. Oh, we're at maximum wheat here? Well, if we're at maximum wheat, then let's ditch this building. Yeah, and then let's get another flour mill. I don't really want to build on that limestone source, but kind of have to. And you know what? We're not gonna do limestone here anyway. That's fine. That's okay. Is there anything else that I need to do? Not really. This warehouse is big, so it should be exporting. I mean, it doesn't really matter what setting we leave it on, because we're not producing enough, and therefore it doesn't actually matter. But do I need to... Ooh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. And that has presumably... Ooh, horseless chariots. Upgrades transport carts to horseless chariot. Amazing. Moves faster. Carries more goods. That's what we like to see. What have we got here? Flour mill, sand collector, winery, lumber mill, cement factory produce 20% faster. All production is faster as well. Unlock rail. I mean, rail is really, really exciting. But unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to go for the thing that will immediately benefit me. And that is more flour production. Yeah, that's good. So we should start to see... this all getting fixed now. If we've got more flour mills, then that should be totally fine. And look at those horseless chariots, by the way. They go fast. I say horseless chariots. They're literally cars, I suppose, aren't they? They go fast. Let's set this to flour. There we go. This is looking very nice indeed. Okay. So, let's get a road. Not within range of cement. It should be. It should be. Are you not within range of cement? You are stalled because you're not within range of lumber. And I bet because you're literally just outside. Yeah, I mean, if I ditch this here. Oops. If I ditch that there and you build in there instead, that should be fine. And then once the city is established, then I can build a warehouse, and then that'll allow us to expand a little bit further. That sounds good to me. Yeah, it is flour, it is flour, it is flour. That is the issue everywhere. Maybe I want to import flour. Maybe I should be importing flour. Who knows? Who knows? Potatopolis, you are still just not there. That is so gosh darn annoying. I think maybe it's research. Maybe we need some just better research in general, to be honest. Okay, good. Jerky. Yeah, we are supplying... We're supplying jerky, but we're just not supplying enough. To be fair, I have quite a large amount of population that we're just not, like, dealing with. Also, are we at full... Yeah, I was going to say, we must be at full storage. Don't bother importing. Leave that on as balanced. I think we can support fish. That's fine. Leave this on as balanced. I did say that I wanted to get... I did say that I wanted to get the cement factory in Potatopolis, but... That's looking a little bit unachievable right now. To be honest. It's looking a little bit unachievable. Look at this. Look, they're eating well in Maximia. They are eating so well. They are eating really, really well. We should be able to supply... Yeah, we should be able to supply to everywhere. Yeah, jerky is within range. Let's have a little look at jerky. So, meat supply. Raw meats is production plus 6 per week. Why is that so sporadic? Do we need to have, like, a raw meat storage bin somewhere? We shouldn't, really. Like, it should just be all automatically dispatched to the correct location. Yeah, I just don't think we're producing enough of it. To be fair, we're only doing it in one single location. Can I build... I mean, is there anything that I can ditch here that I don't need? So we've got one logging camp. I mean, to be fair, I don't have to have the logging camp here. Hey, look at that. Flowers, sand mills, etc. all work faster. That's great. That's really, really good. That will allow me to get more flour out the door, which means that we can make more progress on leveling up our houses. What the heck? You need more flour. Yeah. See, this is economy resources. This is not necessarily whether or not we have enough. Oh, you are now gonna get sorted. Maybe it's just more flour production than I needed this entire gosh darn time. Anyway, research wise, what do we got? Merchant ships to Navis Autima. Trade routes from overseas, move goods at quicker speeds and greater quantities. Overseas exports gain value. I'm interested in that. I'm interested in this too, but I think we want tiles gain freshwater access from rivers 1 tile further away. That's just too good to turn down. I think that's exactly what we want. So let's queue that up in the tech tree, and let's just keep on throwing it all in. I also think that I'm now going to get an additional Hunter's Lodge. I don't think I can. Can I even build that? Can I even build that here? Must be built in the forest. Must have more houses. Is there... Oops. Is there any expansion area for me to go? No. Freshwater from rivers will be really nice. That's going to be super important. If we could upgrade the foundation, if at all... the fountain, if at all possible, that would be great. That's not doable. It just really bothers me that we can't get Potatopolis leveled up here. Do you know what? Bring in the jerky. Bring in the jerky. I'm just doing it. I'm just doing it. It's gonna cost me an absolute arm and a leg. Like, expense-wise, it's gonna be so darn large. But there we go. Potatopolis is gonna be up to level 6. Now, with that, I can finally get the cement factory, which demolish the wheat farm. I kind of want to demolish the wheat farm. I kind of do want to demolish the wheat farm. Must have more houses in Potatopolis. Really? I thought we were all sorted on houses. Apparently, we just hadn't built them yet. Okay, great. So, jerky. Jerky's gonna bankrupt me. I can feel it coming. I can feel it coming. But you know what? It's gonna allow me to get like a whole bunch of upgrades to a whole bunch of different places. I would love to get a wheat farm in here, but I can't. This is now... Demolish the warehouse? No, I don't want to demolish the warehouse. We're now at our limit here. We're now at our limit of what we can do. Bottles. And... Also, I should be checking out what the next level of houses actually require. So we've got one here. You require wine. Well, you know what? It's a good thing that I am... It's a good thing that I'm on top of that. So, supply range should now be... Oh, it's not great, is it? Supply range should be a little bit larger, but... I'll build a warehouse here in order to extend that. Yep. It's going to take about 1 billion years for all of the resources to get moved across to the correct location, but it's fine. This is looking great. This is looking fantastic. Limestone, coal, iron mines produce faster, can also be built on neighboring matching ore tiles. Was that what I wanted? It was, yeah, because we're building to freshwater access from one away. Aqueducts can extend up to a distance of 36. Fountains provide water to 4 additional tiles. Okay, that's huge. That allows me to probably fix my jerky issue as well. That's real nice. Also, let's go into... Do I want to export? Let's export. Let's export some fish. I think we've got enough fish that we can sustain ourselves. This is looking good, though. This is looking much better. This is looking a lot better. And if we get some of these upgrades, how many monasteries can I sustain? I can sustain a 3rd monastery. That's amazing. That is amazing. I am going to put it in a useless city. I say a useless city. You know what I mean, a useless city. Yeah, you're kind of useless here. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so that's great. That feels like a big old improvement there that we're going to be able to make. Warehouse is up and running. That means resource. Fantastic. So, what do I want my second building to be? I mean, I obviously want it to be a... where is it? Obviously want it to be a sand collector, but that's just outside. I need it to be a fountain, don't I? Yeah, I need it to be a fountain. That's going to allow me to expand here. Fountain will be upgraded to... increase the area of effect, which I think should be enough to get me across the line. Famous last words. I don't know if it will be. I don't know if it will be. We will see. Okay, that's the monastery. Monasteries are still, like, cranked to the absolute max, and we are making some real research progress, which is nice. We should be satisfying all of the demands with the exception of wine. And we'll be able to fix that real soon. I mean, honestly, this is going to be great. It's going to be great. We'll get this, then we'll get this. It's going to be perfect. We're going to be sorted. Imports are unbelievably expensive at the moment. That is because I'm doing a lot of jerky. Let's maybe try and get some exports started. Limestone. Are we not able to move the limestone around? To be fair, it's just outside. Video game. It's just outside. It's just outside. So I can, but I need to get a warehouse in here if I want to move the limestone. It's actually completely fine. See, here's what we're going to do. We're going to demolish you. We're going to demolish you. Yes, I know you're going to be unhappy with me, but we're going to build a cement factory right here, and we are going to build a wheat farm right over there. And that will be enough. I'm 90% sure. And that will be enough. Okay, good. So with the removal of the jerky, I think we should be able to maybe get our expenses under control. Knowing full well, by the way, that... Ooh, we're so close. We're so close. We're so close to making this all work. This is still plains, though, so that's kind of bothersome, to be honest. Can I extend this aqueduct once it's here? We'll lose access to water. Warehouse will lose access to water. Construction will demolish the road. Yeah, but it won't really, though, because the fountain is... The fountain is technically expanding it. You know what? Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. Deep wells. Tile gain freshwater access from rivers 1 tile further away. That's so good for us. And then we immediately transition into this. Aqueducts can extend longer. That's real good. Yeah, so I think this should be fine. I think this should be fine. Famous last words. I don't know. Let's build some roads out here. Oops. Sure. Nice. And then we should also probably take our research down a little bit. Also, look at this. We are making our own limestone at long last. That's looking great. I could get another... Can I get another limestone factory or whatever over here? Tile's occupied by the aqueduct, but I can always just, like, make... Yeah, we can't branch from another aqueduct, but I could always make the... I pause. Demolish aqueduct. Demolish aqueduct from endpoint. Yeah, so if I do that, and then I do aqueduct building, and then down here, yeah, that works out just the same. I mean, it does make the entire city abandoned, which I don't think will make a difference to the construction of anything, but it'll make it be abandoned for a little bit, but that's fine. Also, we are very, very, very indebted now, or we are about to become very, very indebted, so let's just cut that right back. We are spending a lot on research, and I don't have a lot of cash. Don't have a lot of cash at all. Stuff like grapes, we could be exporting. We absolutely could be exporting stuff like grapes. I mean, we could be exporting anything that we have got a lot of, which... Like, stuff like iron, for example. Yeah, like, we're not doing anything with the iron at the present moment. Do you know what? Let's do... If we can... Oh, yeah, look. If we can take water from, like, one extra tile, a merchant dock right over here. That's beautiful. And that will work out perfectly for us. Yeah, that's really, really nice. So this is all looking fine. That's all looking fine. There we go. We're back to profitability. Literally, our entire unprofitability was due to research. So... There we go. I guess by turning that one button down, that has been tremendously fruitful. That's good. I like this. I like this a lot. Also, how are we doing over here back in Cementalia? It's looking good, and in fact, we are almost ready to get our third building here, which is gonna be a limestone factory, and that is amazing. That is amazing. That is amazing. This is looking great. This is looking so good. This is looking so good. Okay, so we want iron ore. Iron. We want to export iron. That's perfect. Now, we probably don't need... Oh, yeah, we should get a road here. Also, can I now build... Can I now build a coal mine here? Requires access to fresh water. Okay, still not within range. That's fine, though. But we build that, and that will at least allow me to export iron, because I'm not exactly doing anything with the iron at the moment. What's the range of this? You can also take in the grapes. You know what? Let's do it. Let's get rid of grapes. Let's export grapes, too. It's going to take a little bit of time to get to where they need to go, but that's fine. Sure. Yeah, nice. Nice. Yeah, this city is... This city could either work out really well or work out really poorly for us. I'm not sure how that's going to go. Yeah, you still need wine, but everything else is actually mostly fine. You are in the process of defishifying, actually. Do I need... Oh, yeah, we need to maybe import fish. And then maybe I'll just leave this at balance, to be honest, because clearly we don't have enough fish. Yeah, plus 39 per week. Part of that is going to be trade. Yeah, but we can't have this. We can't have this happening, because if this ends up happening, then we end up screwing over our jerky production, which is absolutely not what we want to do. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. How are we doing over here? We're doing great. Both of these should be within range of the cement factory. To be fair, what we could do to make things just a little bit more efficient and a little bit quicker is build a road across this area. So now we're still importing, but we'll import until we get back to a sort of point of stability with our fish supply. And also, you could do with another building, and that building could be a fishing dock. Oh, no, this is... Oh, that's... Sorry, that's you. You need another building. Yeah, and I tried to put down one of those there. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Anything that I want to do here? You know what? Let's get a... Let's get a glass blower right in there. This is... I feel this is not going to work. I feel it's not going to work. Because the fountain... Yeah, the fountain probably needs to be here. And then the glass blower... Actually, yeah, replace that there. Fountain needs to be there. Glass blower needs to be here. We'll... Yeah, we'll undo... Yeah, we'll... Yeah. It might work, it might not. We might have to rearrange that city a little bit. But I think we can make it happen. I think we can make it happen. Right, so this is looking so much better. Exports. How much are we making from exports? 1,000 a month? It's not bad. It's fine. Let's crank up the... Let's crank up the research then, I think. There's pretty much no reason not to. You don't need anything else. You just need your houses to be supplied. And I would wager that it's probably flour not coming through to here. Yep, that's correct. If I put flour in here, is that going to make a difference? Probably not, because we're still not producing enough of it. That's bonkers. That is really, really, really bonkers. I honestly thought that we would have enough... We would have enough flour from these facilities. More population. Yeah, so I've got a... I mean, I've got a wheat farm here, which I can probably ditch. Yeah, ditch that in there. And then build a flour mill here. Sure, let's do that. I mean, if we've got enough wheat, then... If we've literally got wheat in storage, there is absolutely no reason why we shouldn't just be building more flour mills. It just makes much more sense. Okay. But yeah, that's all looking good. So the fountain goes here. Great. And then the glass blower. Can I remove this? If I remove this building. If I remove this building. So that's going to mean... But what if I build a city center here? What if I build a city center here? It's going to... it means everything becomes abandoned. Aqueducts can extend up to a distance of 36. Fountains can provide water to 4 additional tiles. So yeah, how does that work? That's perfect. That's perfect. Let's build... Okay, I'm going to try something. Demolish that city. Build the city center here instead. I think that's within range of the supply network. It's just not. It's just not. Son of a gun. You son of a gun. Okay, you know what? It's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. We will just build... We will just build... So annoying. Okay, this area is like ripe for rework. I need to figure out how we're gonna do that. I mean, how close are you to leveling up to the next level? I mean, we got a warehouse already here. We need flour. We need jerky to be delivered locally. Yeah, and that's just not happening. Tell you what, let's really knuckle down and focus on our jerky production. Access to fresh water, access to fresh water. Must be built in the forest. But the fountains now produce all the way over to here. Yeah, demolish the logging camp. The logging camp we can build anywhere, relatively speaking. It's not ideal, but the jerky we cannot build everywhere. Also, research. What do we want to do with regards to research? All Tier 1 houses gradually upgrade to Tier 2. Undersupplied Tier 2 still supports population growth. Is there anything that will allow me to get more wheat production or do any 10% production speed to all production buildings? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Smokehouse, glass blower, mint steel, 25% faster. Aquamotor, built on a river, all neighboring buildings produce 25% faster. Removes hill requirement from neighboring flour mills. That's super good. That is super good. There's a lot of good stuff here. Increases population growth. Let's go for houses consumed slower. Excess fish can be presumed by farms to give us more stuff. Let's do that. Okay, so now we have got plenty of meat, but we don't have enough logs, which is a shame. What's the issue here? Undersupplied. We've not got enough wheat coming through now. Yeah, I mean, that was always kind of the risk that we were going to run. I feel like I need to get another city somewhere. I feel like I need another city. So we've already used this. We've already used this spring, but we've not used... We've not used... Yeah, let's build another city there. And then let's maybe try and build another city up here. I mean, we could import... What do we do? Why are we importing lumber here? Why are we importing lumber and cement? I don't need to be importing lumber or cement. Let's do flour. Nope, not raw meat. Jerky, import. And jerky and flour, both import. Yeah. That's probably going to be a little bit pricey, but I think it'll be okay. Also, how many monasteries can we support now? We're at 3 out of 3. Monastery cap is currently 3.5. We're close to being able to crank that right up to next level. This is going to be... The only problem is this... Yeah, it must be built on even ground. I think what we really want to do here is just try and build as many tree facilities as we possibly can. Tree facilities, logging camps. That's what I'm after. And then you need an extra building as well now, don't you? But because of the location in the hill, this fountain just kind of sucks. Can we build... Must be connected to an aqueduct end. Yeah. Kind of thought that would be the case. We could move it out by 1, but then we run the risk of just having... We run the risk of having this whole complicated thing all over again. Right. Warehouse. Where can we build a warehouse? We can build a warehouse over here. Build a warehouse over here. That will enable this city to be built in a proper location, i.e. here. Fountain is going to be, I guess, here, and then whatever. That will all work. That will all work. We're going to have to demolish a few buildings. Actually, there's no point in demolishing that building because the city will work. It's, yeah, within range. Great. Okay, keep on supplying everything that we need. That is marvelous. Also, yes, is this now within range of anything? The coal mine. No, it's still not. Now, there is research. What is it? It's steam crucible. Neighboring buildings produce faster. Ooh, excess fish can be consumed by farms. Okay, that's cool. I don't think we have excess fish, but if we do, we'll use it. They're removing the aqueduct limit of 1 per spring tile. I don't know... I don't know if that just allows us to have an unlimited number, but that's kind of crazy. Also, coal mine. Oh! Yeah, we can get an adjacency. Yeah, because we've already got the research that allows us to... Where is it? It was one of... Can't remember what it was. Ah, yeah, it was this one. Limestone, coal, iron, and gold mines produce 20% faster, but we can also be built on neighboring tiles at only 50% production. So yeah, I will take coal. I will take coal at 50% over no coal any day of the week. That is brilliant. Okay, Port Lucius is back. That's what we love to see. You're still abandoned. That's still fine. But now I can get a fountain in here. Yep, we get a fountain in here. We extend the aqueduct by 1, which will make no difference to anybody because Portus Lucis is already there and is already in existence. Let's crank the research up a little bit. We're making profit now, which is fantastic. Also, we should be importing... We should be importing jerky. We should be importing flour. It's not enough to make everybody happy, but it is at least enough to get... The city's sitting up at 7. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. What do you need? You need flour? Yeah. kind of thought that might be the issue. So, are we... Yeah, we're limited with flour now, aren't we? Oh, speaking of... Let's get some more wheat production over here. This is good. I don't think there's any bonuses for like wheat production. I thought there was bonuses for like adjacencies of wheat farms, but there is a river adjacency bonus, but not like it really matters. Anyway, over here we need to get a logging camp. This is very, very unexciting, but we get a logging camp. Get a logging camp here, and then we're going to get more logging camps up there. That's what we're going to do. And then you are going to get a fountain right in here. Oh, this is so glorious. This is amazing. It's finally happening. The warehouse is going to be unabandoned, and everybody is going to be happy. Most especially me. Flour and jerky. Man, I just can't even believe, even though we are importing as much as we possibly can on these ships, it's still not enough. It's kind of cool. It's kind of Roman, isn't it? It is kind of cool. It's very flippin' Roman. Also, Pons Aquile, you're ready for a steel mill, aren't you? You're ready for a steel mill. You absolutely are ready for a steel mill. Sure, let's do it. Let's do it. And in fact, we can probably store steel here somewhere. This is looking great. This is looking great. This is looking great. And we'll be able to get... Oh, what's happening over here? Meats, logs. Yeah, I know. We're building this area up, so we should be... We should have it fixed soon. Let's build... Yeah, little roadway over there. Is there any chance that we can maybe access the next area? No. No. Resource range. No, it's not. It's not quite there yet. It's not quite there yet. What do you need? You need, presumably, more fish, and we just do not have enough fish. Yeah. That's fine, though. That's fine. We're okay with that. We're importing fish at the maximum possible rate. Also, Potatopolis, you're ready for a new building that I was not keeping an eye on. Freshwater, freshwater. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. If we need more fish, then if it has to go in the capital, it has to go in the capital. That's the rules. That's the rules. The capital needs to take the hit first. This Maximia is just de-industrializing at a incredible pace. And I'm not happy about it, but that's okay. Right. Warehouse is abandoned because we don't have fresh water. That's fine. That's fine for now. It's fine. We can remove that if we need to. Anyway, let's get a sand collector. Yes, let's do it. And then let's get a glass blower right in here, which I will do. And you, Mr. Warehouse, I will reserve for, like, probably this location up there. That'd be great. Alternatively, what if I get a train? What if I get a train from one end of the network to the other? It's only 750 research, so I think we can do it. Let's crank the research right up. We also can get ourselves a brand new monastery. We've got a steel plant, which is going strong here. I like that a lot. Let's, instead of doing this, let's store steel. We'll set that to export. I presume we're gonna need merchant docks and warehouses create trade routes when connected by rail. Oh, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. Also, just houses consuming resources 20% slower. I think that's gonna be a straight up just like free win for us. So that's real nice. Yeah, get all of the iron in here. Coal, we're a little bit... I mean, it doesn't help when you send... Amazing, great. It doesn't help when you send coal over the ground like that, but that's fine. Right, give me the trains. Let's do it. Unlock rail and rail trade routes. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. Where's my next monastery gonna go? Where is my next monastery gonna go? Could go somewhere like this, to be fair. But no, I need a logging camp to go here. Kind of already said that that's gonna be a logging camp, and then we're gonna get a warehouse, because otherwise there's gonna be issues. Yeah, I'm just really trying to supply as much as much resource to this city as I can. How are you going down? Like, that's remarkable. It's just fish that is required. And I guess we just don't have enough fish. There is like a wave of fish that is coming through here. It's kind of crazy. To be fair, we don't really have that many cities that are near the water. I mean, can I get a fishing dock here? Yeah, it's just a little bit outside of range. I mean, if we have a little look at the freshwater overlay now, it's quite substantial. It's quite substantial. Oh, we could get another freshwater. We could get none there, none there. I mean, we can get one here. We could actually get 2 here. Holy cow. Yeah, so that's 1 for each city. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Sure. We got a lot of fishing docks over there, and that means that there's going to be some slight inefficiency because we do get a 25% bonus if they're not connected, but you know what? That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Don't sweat the small stuff. Right. I will get a warehouse right over here. That's where I said it was going to go. And then once the warehouse comes online, we are going to get ourselves a glass blower. And the glass blower is going to consume the sand and send it all the way out to somewhere else. Also, yes, we're going to get the road replaced with rail as soon as we possibly can. Look at this. Loads and loads of fish. Loads and loads of fish. We're working on exporting fish. Yes, I know we're trying to do that. Anything else that I want to get over here? No, I think that's fine. Oh yeah, I need to get another monastery, didn't I? Here? Another... Yes, good, 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 good. Another monastery in this town. Let's turn on the freshwater overlay again. Yeesh. Unfortunately, we're maxed out there. We're maxed out... probably everywhere, actually. Maybe in my new city? Maybe a monastery right over here somewhere? Not a terrible idea. I kind of need it to be a warehouse here first, though. Yeah, warehouse there, then we can maybe get a monastery. Right, what do I want? Upgrades transport rail runner. Well, let's not do that yet because I've not even unlocked transports. We'll take this. All resources traveling on their own locally move 50% faster. Resources traveling range increased by 25%. That seems really useful. So that will be local production. So I can now build rail. Connect cities for trade between warehouses with trains. Construction cost is steel. I knew that would be the case. And let's stop exporting and we will just start... We will start using steel. Right, so... It's going to cost me so much flipping steel. Fine. Are we going to replace the road? I think so. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So we basically just want to link up all of the different warehouses that we possibly can. Ideally, we don't end up, like, demolishing, like, some of the critical roads that we've got around the place. But if I want to... Yeah, if I want to do that, that's fine. Okay, good. Down here. And... Yeah, like that. That's perfect. Okay, so we can still cross over at, like, junctions and stuff. That actually looks really, really good. So it's going to take a while to build, right? And it's even more, I guess, challenging in the sense that there's only a limited amount of... There's only a limited amount of steel that we have. We can import steel, though, and we probably should. Sure, I will... Oh, we can't import steel from overseas. Okay, we can only make it ourselves. That's fine. That just adds to the challenge. But the point is that once we start seeing a couple of different warehouses linked together, we should be okay. I might need to get steel built, because if we do networks, not rail... Is there steel? Yeah, steel there. You can see the buildable area that we can build steel within. It's not large. We've only got steel supply in one city, and we can only build it out to fairly sort of small maximum range. So we will start transporting it, but thankfully we can transport it through the merchant dock, which is kind of nice. That's pretty darned good. I'm at 55k. My money is going down. That's fine. We're cool with that. We're cool with that. All resources traveling on their own move 50% faster. Resources traveling range increased by 25%. That makes building a rail network just that little bit easier, which is real nice for us. Right. I need... What's the issue here? We shouldn't have any issues building this house. There we go. Didn't think so. Maybe I do want to build a monastery. Maybe I want to build a monastery here, actually. How are we doing for cement? Do you know what? I shouldn't do that. I should build a limestone factory. Yeah, I should build a limestone factory here because we still get the 50% of the production, which is still, I think, worth doing, given that limestone is hard to extract. Right. Let's do cities no longer incur an additional population cost after 5 growth. We will do that. And how are my steam trains doing? 2 rail connections? Heck yeah! Look at that. Look at that. We've got 2 rail connections. I presume between these 2 warehouses, which is honestly not that useful, but I guess if we're exporting fish and then we're importing fish over here, that could be kind of good. Oh, there we go. Choo-choo. Away you go. Marvelous. Right into here. Importing fish right into here. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. And now that we have got this... Oh, yeah, there's 2 here. Yeah, now that we've got those 2 connected, we can start expanding the network via steel, which is moved on the network itself. How cool is that? That's flippin' excellent. I mean, it's going to take a little while for us to get steel production there. Also, can I import coal? Can I do coal importation? I think I can, you know. I can. So if I do that, then that will allow me to speed up drastically the speed of steel production, because there's just literally no point. I can't get to this coal deposit. Very annoyingly. Very annoyingly, but it's fine. You need... What else do you need? You need some flour, which I just seem functionally incapable of delivering in large enough quantities to actually sort out. Maybe rails will be the solution. Cities no longer incur a penalty. That's great. I am happy with that. Saving 1,200 from Urbis Pipeworks. Great. Very nice. And then all tier 1 supplied houses gradually upgrade to tier 2. Undersupplied houses still support population growth. Lower penalty to tier 2 tax rate if undersupplied. I'll take that because, yeah, we're not supplying the resources that we need to be supplying to a lot of tier 2 houses. Very unfortunately. How are we doing for wheat? Not great. Not great. To be fair, we could probably look at importing wheat. Instead of importing flour, let's import wheat, because it's going to be cheaper, which is kind of great. And let's also import jerky as well. Sure. Import jerky. Wine is... I don't think we can actually import wine, you know? I think we can... Oh, import overseas is 304. We can actually import wine. That's kind of remarkable. That is kind of remarkable. Right, how are we doing? How's steel looking? Steel is looking not too bad. We're literally right up to the limit here. Okay, do you know what that means? That means that we set steel as... There we go. Something that needs to be delivered over there. That's perfect. And then we should start to see a little bit move around. Now we're out of iron ore, but that's fine because, well... We produce more iron ore, so that's okay. And, yep, choo-choo, we're making it work. Brilliant. That is fantastic. Let's get steel... Let's get steel out of there. We can... no, don't want that. Do not want that at all. Let's go sand. Let's go bottles. Yep, because steel needs to be moved out of here. And also, speaking of bottles, this is quite a good time to get the glass blower into position right over here. Spectacular. Excellent. Well, we might not be able to supply flour to anyone, but we are at least going to be able to supply wine to the, like, 2 houses that actually require it. Right. What is going on here? City has undersupplied houses, presumably with... Actually, just wine. It's literally just wine and a little bit of jerky that we don't have. Flippin' jerky, man. How can we fix our jerky issues? It's wood. Can I get a logging... Can I rebuild the logging camp here? Not really. No. No, we can't. In fact, that's why we need to sort this out over here. Also, to get the monastery. Yeah, I keep forgetting that we need to get the monastery. Did I get the warehouse here? I didn't get the warehouse here. I need to get the warehouse into position here. Also, I'm going to need to drastically cut back my research expenditure. There we go, because otherwise we're going to go completely bankrupt. That's fine, though. That's fine. Right. This is a big one for us. All Tier 1 houses gradually upgrade to Tier 2. That means more flour will be required, which is fine. But also, if they don't count against my total supply, then it's actually not a problem. Can we get out here? Is it possible for me to get... We're not a million miles away from getting another city over here, you know. Let's do that. And let's do this. Yeah, there's an aqueduct. There's an aqueduct set up just waiting for me there. How's my train looking? My train is looking great. So everything is now connected via... Not everything. Tell a lie. Not everything. But most things are connected via train. Now, steel over here no longer needs to be steel. It needs to be bottles. That's great. And then from there, we should be able to distribute wine via the network, which I think is exactly what we want to do. Not wheat. Jerky is kind of required. Lumber is not required anymore. We'll get bottles of wine. Bottles of wine. Where is it? Wine. There we go. Wine in there. And wine in here. I realized that if I replace... Yeah, I realized that if I replace this... you know, the sort of building blocks, it's going to become a little bit more complicated. But as long as we have every other warehouse that currently has, you know, resources in, as long as that holds cement and, you know, the basics, then we should probably be fine. So, Potatopolis, you've actually got jerky. That's kind of remarkable. Wine, you do not have wine. You don't have jerky, and you don't have wine. But you will shortly be bringing in wine, which is great. And then if I have a little look at the wine supply area... It's quite large, but it could be larger. Yep. Let's make this not export you and, yeah, do this instead. That's fine. So we can't... Overseas trade disabled. Oh, we can import. I don't want to import, though. I think this is going to what gets us up to the next level, to be honest with you. I think this is great. Increases population growth, reduces population loss, 10% production speed to all production buildings. I'm going to take that. I'm going to do it. Yep, I know it's the basic ones, the basic expensive ones, but I think it's super worthwhile. I can't wait to see 8 population happen here. We're close to it. We're really close to it. Wheat, flour, and you know what? As soon as we get... Let's have a look. Resources. Yeah, we can totally do this. We can totally do this now. I would like to get a city here. Yeah. This is going to be called Jerky Central. Jerky Central. 100,000,000%. I still could do with some more wheat, but I definitely could do with more jerky. Also, I think we need more grapes here, because grapes are, yeah, absolutely going to be the limiting factor. At least we only require so few grapes. Fresh water, fresh water. Are we at capacity here? think we might be, you know. We've not taken an oh no, we have taken an aqueduct from there. It's all the way across here. What about a wine farm somewhere here? Not really. Not really at all. How's this looking, by the way? No flour. To be fair, we should probably have, like, more than one city doing flour production. That would probably be useful. Yeah. Also, aqueduct here. Yeah, maybe I want to do something with that aqueduct. Maybe I want to do something with this aqueduct. What's the range? We're not a million miles away from being able to do something with that. What about over here? Oh, yes, we can grab an aqueduct from here. Well, that kind of changes things a little bit. Do you know what I want to do? I think I want to build a city center just like in the middle of nowhere. And I think I want to use it to build... I think I want to use it to just produce a load of wheat. Yeah, we want to build down this way so that we always keep within boundaries. Let's do that. And then let's build a city center right on the end here. And yes, we will use that to build a lot of wheat. And then we will transport the wheat via train right up to this warehouse over here. That's the plan, he says. As long as we've got wheat being pumped out here, that is... Or flour being pumped out there, that's what matters. Right, how's this looking? This is looking great. Warehouse is good. We need to be moving logs. There we go. Logs, not lumber. And we need to set you onto export domestic trade. Absolutely fantastic. And then... Do you hold logs? No, you do not hold logs. Does anything here hold logs? No, we don't actually have a warehouse here. Let's rectify that. Oh, we can't because there's no flippin' fresh water, is there? This city is so miserable. Not a fan. What about if we get rid of... We can't really get rid of anything here, can we? No, we kind of need all of those things. But I need the wood to be transported, ideally by train. Okay, let's park that thought for a second. Now, I would like... Let's start with a warehouse. Good. Start with a warehouse. That's not what we wanted. We wanted road. Great. But I do want rail. And we want to link up to our existing rail network, which I think we can actually do. Waters of healing. That's great. That's just going to make my life easier. And we throw that in there. Let's see. Logging camps and wild herb collectors produce faster. Yep, I'm going to take that now. And yep, research is cranked. We should be golden. I still can't believe that we've not hit 8 population in one of our cities yet. I think you've got wine, but you've not got flour. Gosh darn it. That's okay, though. That's okay. That's why we are fixing... That's why we're fixing this city to work. Fountain. Yep, it's going to be built. Actually, here. Yeah, let's build it right here. And then we're just going to build... We're going to build loads and loads of wheat. Let's also expand our rail network to here. Yep. Cool. And then we need to get you to do steel. Hold steel for a while. Yep. You don't actually need to hold sand. You just need to hold bottles, to be fair. And also, are you ready for a new... Yeah, you're ready for a new glass blower. Or ready for a new sand collector. Must have access to sand. What's the expandable area of this city? Must be... Yeah, it's fine. Allow that to expand. Allow you to expand over there. That's fine. And then demolish this house here. Cool. And then you'll move across. And then I'll build a sand collector in here. Perfection. It's working like an absolute dream. Okay, now let's start things off with a warehouse here. Yep, good. Logging camps, wild herb collectors produce faster. That's great. And then what else? Trade routes connected via rail move goods quicker. Yeah, don't hate it. Smokehouse, glassblower, produce faster. Yeah. Aquamotor built in the river. All neighboring tiles produce 50% faster. I think we want to try and get the aqueduct limit removed. So, you know what? Yeah, let's go and do that. I feel like the aqueduct limit being removed would just be, like, an absolute cheat code, to be honest. Like, that's just amazing. I'm gonna turn this to nothing. Turn this to nothing as well. We'll still move fish. We'll still move fish via rail. I love this. This is so good. Look at this. It's all coming together now. Apart from the fact that, yes, we've hit it. We've done it. We've hit 8. I simply can't believe it. That's spectacular. The stars must have aligned. I don't know what happened, but it worked. It worked. Brilliant. So, next thing that we want to do, wheat farm. Yes. And we're just going to continue to build wheat farms. Literally, whenever we have the opportunity to build wheat farms, we're going to build wheat farms. We're going to set this to export the domestic product. Great. We are going to set you to import the domestic product, which I think will mean we will import and then send it out. I hope we will still send it out to the flour mills. So we should just be able to drag it in from a whole bunch of other places. And you know what? I think we want to get another flour mill. If I can, somewhere here. Access to fresh water, access to fresh water. I might not actually be able to build another flour mill here. Demolishing this prevents the building's construction. Yeah, but there is still, like, expansion. There's still expansion areas for the city, so... Sorry, buddy. Yep, get out of here. And I realize, of course, that that's going to mean that you need to be rebuilt somewhere. No, actually, no. I'm not happy enough with that. That's not good enough. That is not good enough. Let's select this area for expansion. And that area only. And then demolish this building as well. It's alright. Yep. Go somewhere useless out there. That's fine. I don't care about that. Right. Steel needs to be moved over to here somewhere. Let's get rid of... I need all of these things, don't I? To be fair, is steel... Aquamotor? Yep, nice. That's good. Also, I could get... And in fact, I need to get... a rail connection between here... and... here. Yep. And then you... need to deal with steel. Steel. Yeah. Overseas trade is, of course, disabled, but that's fine. That will keep me... That'll keep me in profit. Now, let's get hunting. Let's get hunting. So, I think... Start there, and then we'll build another one here, and then we'll build another one... Well, we'll just build them wherever the heck we can. Let's not get too precious about this. Also, if I check out the raw meat supply, you're just almost able to reach across there. If I build a road from here to here, will that allow me to move resources directly? I'm gonna try it. Is that even buildable? That might not be buildable. Whatever the case, doesn't particularly matter. Good. Logs are doing good. Logs are on export. I need to still figure out a way of getting logs into here. It has to be from this warehouse. Unless I want to build another warehouse here. But I can't build another warehouse here because I've got a flour mill that is zoned to go right in there. Actually, tell you what. Let's do that. Let's replace this lumber mill right here because it's actually not that good. Let's replace that with a warehouse. And then this warehouse. So this is like this is the industrial heart of the potato Roman steampunk empire. This is where we're going to import. In fact, this is going to be so much more useful. Turn off the use default storage. We're gonna figure that out in just a sec. Also, let's pop back to over here. And let's continue to just build out... Oh, wait. Did I build... I didn't build, did I? Didn't build a fountain. Potato? That's what I need to build. Build a fountain there, and then build the other stuff. Fine. Doesn't really change anything. A-okay with me. Right, so you need to be on... logs. Import domestic trade. Yep. And is that... I think that's connected via train. I think that should do... Yeah, it's connected via train. It's connected via road. No issues there at all. That's perfect, actually. That's really, really good. Wine, we're fine for wine. How are we doing here? Grapes. Yeah, I could do with some more grapes. And to be honest, we'll be able to get some more grapes really, really soon. As soon as we uncap the number of viaducts that we have coming from streams. Also, I've got like 2 more monasteries to build. Where the heck am I going to build these monasteries? The answer is, I don't know, and I don't particularly care. It's not the priority for me right now. Built on even ground, access to fresh water. Also, look at this. This is unacceptable. Hey, hey, hey! Removes the aqueduct limit. That is really, really good. That is really, really good. Okay, so all of the logs should now be coming into here. There we go. We're importing logs, and they are immediately being sent out. And they are being sent out right up to this smokehouse over here, which is great. That's what we like to see. That's good. I also want to... Tell you what, I'll also import raw meat. I will also import raw meat, even though we're not necessarily doing that right now. Oh, we are actually moving it directly. Look at that. We're moving it directly to the smokehouse. That's fine, because we're going to need to move... We're going to need to move it in larger quantities anyway. Okay, that's the second one. That's good. Amazing. We're finally doing this. Okay, wine is the next hurdle to overcome. And we're definitely going to need more grapes. Do you know what we are going to do? We're going to uncap. We're going to use the aqueduct start. Right over to here. Right over to here. Let's do it. Let's make that happen. Let's make that happen. We don't have any cement that is directly locally stored here. No, we do. What am I talking about? We've got plenty of cement there. Oh, love to see it. Love to see it. Okay, what else have we got? Smokehouse, glass blower, flavor extractor, blah, 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 blah. Produce stuff faster. Fantastic. We will do it. We will do it. We will do it. And then... Vineyard? Yep. Oh, look at that. It just works like an absolute flipping dream. And we could get a fountain in here. I might not actually need fountains. In fact, I actually think fountains have probably been super deprioritized in the build order now because I just don't need them. Because I could just build more aqueducts as long as I've got them. Right, wheat farm, wheat farm, wheat farm. We're just going all in on the wheat farms here. That's the plan. That is the plan. It's gonna flippin' work. It's gonna flippin' work. Also, do you know what? Let's do wheat import here. Let's actually just remove... Let's remove this. Yep, missing storage selection. And you'll store flour there. This is fine. I think we can handle this. This is looking so good. Also, is there any other city that needs a little expansion? Forge breath. Cool. Ponds, what do you need? You need another building? Oh, you know what I can do here now? You know what I can do here now? I absolutely flippin' can. Expand. And get coal. Amazing, which means that we don't... Well, there's no real reason not to, because we've got plenty of money. But we don't have to import coal anymore. How nice is that? That's great. Okay, what have we got here? Steel plant, mint, and steam crucible require half as much coal. What the heck is a mint? Do I even have a mint? Oh, I've not built the aquamotor. Moderately increases production of surrounding buildings. Requires a straight river. Now, I would dearly love to get this built here, but there's probably a better place for it. I mean, yeah, we could build this here, but it's not really going to make that much of a difference. Straight river is kind of actually hard to come by. What about... Yeah, I mean, even if we build it here... There's not many... actually, here, to be fair, is quite good. Because that would give me wheat. It would give me wheat. It would give me... It would give me wheat and extra limestone. So that'd be kind of cool. What about the mint? The mint will produce denarii from gold. I don't have any gold. Gold ore is not super far away and now is absolutely achievable. And the reason that it is achievable is because of these aqueducts that I can now build literally everywhere. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Before we do that, though, I'm going to figure out my Hunter Lodge situation. Oh no, we are not able to do that. Let's build an aqueduct right down over here. The only bad thing about an aqueduct is that it destroys the road that is underneath it. If that's honestly it, then that's a great position to be in. Limestone mine. I would love to get a limestone mine over here. Can we branch aqueducts? Is that possible for us to do now? Cannot branch from another aqueduct. So, all we do is one of these. Yep. Cool. Let's make it happen. How much wood have we got? We got plenty of wood in there. So that's nice. And how much wood have we got in here? Not enough wood. And if we've not got enough wood, then that tells me we need to get some better. We'll finish this out, but we need to get some better trains. Also, I feel like I don't even need the mint. But the fact of the matter is that it's good for our steel plant if we have more, if we have a more efficient coal setup. Right. So coal. Speaking of coal mine. Let's do it. Nice, 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 nice. I don't actually need this coal mine, to be fair. But if we can replace this coal mine with an iron mine, then that's actually doubly efficient for us. Very cool. Very, very cool. And, of course, I need to just keep on coming back here. There we go. Amazing. Wheat farm. Yep. Let's do it. Let's do it. We do get bonuses from... from building the wheat farms on the rivers. Oh, you've hit level 9. I've not even seen that. That's so good. That is so good. That is so darn good. Yeah, we are still importing wheats. That's great. What do you need? Where's the tier 5 house? Is the tier 5 house a thing? Consumes wine. Still needs to consume more wine. Okay, so you're tier 4. That's tier 3. I guess we don't have a tier 5 house. I guess not. I guess the tier 5s will come along at... Oops. Will come along at... borders grow at 13 population. I guess we'll see... I guess we'll see another level come along soon. I could do with some more... I mean, we still need more wheat production. Like, some more flour production. I mean, every single building is now a tier 2, right? So, we absolutely are incentivized to get more. Let's get another wheat farm here. Let's do it. Let's absolutely make that happen. Also, what's the supply range? Is there a possibility that we maybe, like, have a railway that goes round the back here? It's a possibility. I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. Also, is there's kind of a world in which we do... So we could do an aqueduct. We can't do an aqueduct from there. Can't do an aqueduct from there. We could do an aqueduct... Can't do an aqueduct from there. We can do an aqueduct from here all the way across and expand this city, which I kind of like the idea of. I don't think that this is going to be possible just because not all of it is within supply network range, but I will try and do this. Yeah, that looks nice. Looks real nice. Okay, what was I going to do? I was going to do faster, better trains. Yes, faster, better trains. Absolutely what I'm interested in doing. Level 9. I cannot believe we've made it here to level 9. That is so darn good. Okay, meat, smokehouse. This is looking much better. This is looking way, way, way better. Jerky, I still don't actually think that we're in the right place for jerky. Yeah, house tier 2. I think, you know what we'll do? We need to have... I think the game, which I think is really, really cool, we're going to demolish the Hunter Lodge, we're going to build a smokehouse instead. Yeah, that's I think, the right thing to do, because it means that we can prioritize building just, what are they called? Hunting lodges here, right? Probably want to build a fountain. Yeah, let's build a fountain here, and then we'll build more hunting lodges. Yeah, brilliant. So yeah, each city has a specialization. Upgrades transport rail runner to Leo Vaporis. Trade routes connected via rail moves goods at quicker speed and in greater quantities. Spectacular. That's exactly what we like to see. You're undersupplied with limestone. That's not good. That's not good at all. We should be able to fix that. The problem is that we've got 10 that are en route. You see this little, like, this is the black line. That's because we're moving all of the goods as quickly as we possibly can. Let's not import this anymore, and instead let's do limestone. And now limestone should be movable by... Hold on. Limestone. There we go. So if we do this... Road. Yeah. If we move limestone by rail, we can move it way quicker. Right into here, and then straight across. And that will mean that we will just get more stuff out and into the world. Yeah, let's be happy about that. Let's be really, really happy about that. Okay, back up here. Yes, I realize that I'm doing quite a lot at the same time. Let's get you over there. It's good, and you should be within road range. Nice. What else do we want? Aero arcs? Yes. Unlocks buildings, steam crucible. All neighboring buildings produce 100% faster. Removes ocean requirement for neighboring cement factories. Guess I'll get that. Yeah, I will get these two, the arc and whatnot. I really want to experiment with that, but not yet. Not yet. We've got to have something to look forward to. Right. So, more cement coming out of here. That's grand. Another logging camp. There's literally nowhere else that is appropriate for a logging camp, unfortunately. Yeah. How much wood do we have? Have we got enough wood? Yeah, smokehouse. And now we need more. Now we need more meat. Now we need more meat. Also, more wheat. What's the issue here? What's the resource that's not being supplied? Ironically, it is flour. And if it's not jerky, it is jerky. If it's not jerky, it will be jerky soon. So let's get jerky over here. Moved over here by train, which I'm quite happy about. It's good. There we go. Wheat is going to get moved out. Over to the right place. Okay, so... You need wine. Yeah, we still need to sort out the wine situation, don't we? It looks like this city is actually doing quite well in terms of... Well, in terms of everything. You need... What do you need? Flour and jerky. Let's set... Jerky. Flour. There we go. And... This is the import. This is going to be exports. Yeah, steam crucible. Neighboring buildings produce faster. Yeah, let's see. Is there a world in which I get steam crucible like here? We demolish a flour mill, but we double the rate at which they operate. So that's a net positive, right? Let's do it. Let's do it. I think that's right. And aero arc. Construction resources can be delivered to construction sites via air. Yes, let's do it. Let's absolutely flippin' do it. And then let's see this steam crucible in action. I think that is going to be phenomenal, to be honest. And because the journey time is so short between these facilities here, we should be able to really, really crank up our flour output. Yeah, I like that a lot. It's a hunter lodge. What if we get... I just hate this. I hate this city so much. It was such a compromised city. But we've got it now, and that's what we need to, just make the best of. Demolish the hunter lodge here. Yeah. Demolish the Hunter Lodge here. And then that will allow me to improve... It's the house there. Let's demolish you here. Whoops. Demolish building. Demolish building. Yes, 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 yes. And then we'll rebuild a smokehouse. Demolishing a house prevents building construction. That's fine. Whatever. We'll rebuild this as soon as we possibly can. Once the house has been rebuilt. In that location, which is great. And then we build that in there. Perfect. Okay, so now we just focus 100% on producing raw meat here. Also, maybe a warehouse. Do we have capacity for a warehouse around here? No, it's fresh water, isn't it? Yeah, it's absolutely fresh water issue. Which is why we need to fix this, which actually, ironically, is why we need the air thing. Also, it's remiss of me to not continue to expand this if we can. But we can't. What do you need? It's flour. It's always flippin' flour. It's always flippin' flour. Are you working? Ah, you need coal. That's fine. Let's bring coal in. Import coal. Yep. And then we just need to make sure that coal is set to export somewhere. Coal is set. Oh yeah, coal actually we can export here. And yeah, we're importing it, but to be honest, we probably don't need to. Yeah, that should be good. Actually, we need to connect this up to our rail network, don't we? Let's do... Didn't really mean to do that, but that's fine. Yeah, do that over there. Arrow arc. Amazing. That's real good. And then roads. Re-roadify that. Can I... Oops. Demolish rail. Yep. And then road. Yeah, better. So, that will allow me to export coal, which is perfect. And then we export coal to here, and then it's imported into the steam crucible, and then that now literally doubles. Look at that. 100% speed. That's got to be enough. That has got to be enough flour. It simply has to be. Oh, look at this. Look at this, look at this, look at this. I don't know where this works from. Construction resource can be delivered to construction sites via air. Yeah, great. It just... I guess we could just do it to anywhere now. Upgrades transport merchant ships to Navis Automata. Trade routes from overseas, move goods quicker, and in larger quantities. Yeah, let's do it. So, yeah, if this works, then this is great. What's the resource range? Slightly larger. Not a huge amount larger, but you know what? It doesn't actually matter because... Demolish this here. Oh, we might need to demolish it from the endpoint. Sure. We'll cut this out. Oh! Oh, no. Oh, thank goodness. I thought we were going to have a crash on our hands there. And then build this down here. Great. And then this down to here. Yeah, that is perfect. And that's going to allow me to expand. That is going to allow me to expand in this city's boundaries. This is just looking great. I mean, our viaduct thing, not viaduct, aqueduct is coming along just grand. We need to build another building in this industrial city that we have here. What do I want to build? The aquamotor? I would love to build the aquamotor, but I just can't justify doing it in any decent place. Herb collector. We've not done anything with the herbs, have we? No, but that's presumably going to be for higher levels. Anything? Cement? I mean, we could do another monastery, but, like, what's the point? Doesn't really seem like it's worth it. I don't know if we can get a double... I don't know if we can get a double bonus from other things. Also, if I build an aqueduct... Oh, yep, great. If I build an aqueduct here, Yes. More flour production. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to build a fountain, probably. Yeah, I'll build a fountain here. And that will basically enable freshwater access to all of the top of the hill. Connect to the aqueduct end. Perfect. That's great. That'll be my 9th building as well, which is perfect. This aqueduct is now built. We have fully researched everything, as far as I'm aware. Doesn't look like it's anything else. Let's do a fountain here. Yep, fountain there. And then what we really, really want to do over here is get a warehouse in place. And we also want to connect up by rail. Yeah, like this. Cool. I think that should be good enough to make everything sort of work together. We're importing wood here, which is fine. We can remove the we can remove the need to import wood there. And instead we'll import wood to this local warehouse over here, which I think is perfect. Construction resources are stalled. I don't know why that is not coming along. We should have no issues. We should have no issues. This looks so good. This looks so good. I love the way that this is all coming together. Also, my objectives for this game, not even close to achieved. We might have hit level 10 here, which is really, really nice, actually. Is that a level 5 house that I see? It absolutely is. Yeah, wine and cigars. Okay, we're going to figure out cigars in just a second, but for now, wine. Is it more grapes that we need? I think it is. I think it absolutely is. Is there a need to get a fountain in here? Yeah, there absolutely is a need to get a fountain in here. That's fine. Let's set your city tiles expand. Okay, that doesn't really work for me. Demolish this, demolish this. And then that's going to be built as a house. And then we build a fountain in here. Yeah, we need to wait until that's built. Fine. And then we build the fountain. Maybe here's the better location, actually. Yeah, let's build it there instead. And then we'll build just more wine. We'll build more wine facilities around here. Vineyards. That's the phrase that I'm looking for. Also, probably want to reroute this aqueduct, which we will demolish. Aqueduct not present. Excuse me. There we go. Good. Which I realize will cause issues, but we're going to come up this way, and then we're going to come across here. And that will suffice entirely, and it will give me way more buildable selections, which is really, really nice. And then if I can squeeze in some more vineyards here, I will. Great. Okay, looking good. We can just turn this right back down to 0, can't we? There's pretty much no reason to keep that still in play. Now, do I have the opportunity to get some more flour producers? Yes, I do. I will get a warehouse here first. Must have more population and more houses. Demolish that then. Don't know why that's looking like a really weird tile. Very strange. But we can get a warehouse in here now. What's up? Construction to smokehouse. Did I just demolish you? What's going on here? We're not allowed to demolish. We're not allowed to demolish that smokehouse. This city is just so flippin' cursed, man. It's so flippin' cursed. I don't know why it's so cursed. Because that's what we need. Can I destroy anything else? The Hunter Lodge here? Yeah, you know what? Destroy the Hunter Lodge. Destroy the Hunter Lodge. So that gives me the ability to build a warehouse here, right? Yes. Go and do that. Build the warehouse there. And then from there, yeah, we'll use default storage, so that should be fine. Construction resources should be movable by rail. What do you need? You need jerky and flour. Jerky and flour. Of course, it's always the flippin' same. How are we doing for flour production, actually? We are simply not producing enough. Is there maybe a case to be made that we have multiple centers of flour production around the map? I kind of feel like we get a lot more value from putting it in here. Also, I should rework this. This should get changed around. So this... yeah, we can fit this in better. So Steam Crucible goes here. Is this gonna be more efficient to put it in here? The most efficient place is in here. Yeah, do that, and then build the fountain here. Is that best? And then we can rebuild. Then we can rebuild the flour mill in here, and then that gets us. That gets us every. I think that's fine. I think that's a little bit more efficient. The issue is though is that we're just not supplying enough wheat. Like it's a wheat supply issue more than anything else. Yeah. Imports. Import domestic trade. Sure. Also, let's do a merchant dock over there. And with this merchant dock, I am going to import... I'm going to import flour. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Import flour. No, we need... There we go. Merchant dock. Import flour. Yeah, and then let's connect this up to the rail network. Great. And that should be built literally instantly. Import flour. And then with that, we should be able to move it all. We also don't have this connected by road, which, bit of an oversight. No real reason that we shouldn't. But yes, please bring me more flour. Anybody else need any other buildings? We've got so much flipping money. We've got so much flipping money. Undersupplied. You clearly need, yeah. Consuming bottles per week, consuming grapes per week, consuming wine, consuming jerky. I think jerky is our big problem, you know? I think jerky's our really big problem. Raw meats. Imports. Import raw meats. Smokehouse looking good. This is weird. I don't know what's happening here. This feels not great. Don't really know what's happening there. Can I build another smokehouse? If I was to build demolish tier 2 house. Okay. Let's do it. Let's try. Yeah, I feel like this city might be getting kind of screwed over by this building here. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, we need more meats. We need more meats over here, but yeah, we need more flour. We just need so much more flour in, like, every single area. And, yeah, we're just not getting it. We're just not getting it. But we are getting the production bonuses, which is kind of sick. That's really nice. Maybe we found a new city. Maybe we found a new city. We've got the ability to... Got the ability to go build a road out here. Yeah, and then this is an aqueduct point that is easily hittable. In fact, we could probably get 2 cities over here, both of which we can leverage to make wheat, and then move wheat by train over to here. Yeah, let's try and see if we can make this happen. Alright, bring that over there. Great. Roads. Right up yonder. And then let's allow that all to get built in there. I do think we're still... I think we're still doing the right thing by having all of our wheat production happening in this one location. I think that's good. I think all that it proves is that we're just not able to supply enough wheat for our entire empire to grow. This is weird, though. I don't understand what's going on here. Yeah, stalled smokehouse production. Yeah, that's not good. That is not good. Right, did a little reload. I don't know if that's changed things too much. Kind of looks a little bit better. Yeah, looks good. Looks like smokehouse production is... It's an abandoned smokehouse, but that's okay. And now it's an unabandoned smokehouse because we've got the house that is here now. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I guess the reload fixed it then. That's real nice. Okay, city over here. Yes. I have not got the viaduct in place yet. Aqueduct in place yet, but that's fine. We can do that over to, like, here. Sure. We'll get a warehouse in this location right over there. That's good. That'll be our second building. And that should be just fine. Oh, look at the speed of these trains. They look so good. They look so good. Okay, raw meats. Yes, we need lots and lots of raw meat. I was really kind of hoping that we would have more flour coming through into this city to allow it to actually grow, but it is just not happening. Yeah, and that is not good enough. We really, really, really need more flour. Is there any other, like, area that we have yet to sort of explore that has fresh water? Not really. Maybe there. We're not far away. We're not far away from doing something over here. Yeah, and this is quite an interesting area because it's like a water area. Sure. Let's go and do this. Let's go and see if we can make this happen. If we can't, no big deal. It's fine. Also, maybe we want to get, like, rail over here. By that I mean maybe rail also extends our range. Our buildable area. A resource transport range. Fish. Lumber. Nope. I want steel. There we go. Steel should be moved across very, very quickly as well. So that's great. Okay. Back over to here. Just in the nick of time. It's time for some... It's time for some wheat. Also, time for a brand new city center. Let's do that in there. And then we'll immediately follow that up with a fountain, which I think is the right thing to do. Built uneven ground, access to fresh water. We can build maybe 2, maybe 3 wheat farms in this location. But we will need to make sure that this is connected via rail. Good. So that can work. You're going to go in there. That's fine. And then the fountain is going to go... Yeah, sorry to say, probably like it to go here. Actually, no, I don't really think I'll complain about that. I think we're... Yeah, I think we're okay to have the fountain go here. We can move the aqueduct if we need more space. But these cities don't need to... They don't really need to be that... they don't need to be that large. So we go wheats. We go export. We want to go and build a road between here and here anyway. That's great. And then as soon as you are built, the fountain is built. That's going to level you up. That's going to level you up. It's going to make me very, very happy indeed. This area is just so weird, isn't it? So weird. Also, we can go and import logs. We go to import logs here, which means that we can remove logs from... We can remove logs from this area entirely. Now look, air available, ready to deploy. Ready to deploy to a construction location, which is real nice. Could build a thingy here, a hunting camp. I don't hate that, to be honest with you. I don't hate that at all. Why are you going down? It's because we don't have enough fish? Yeah, I kind of expected that. Also, resource range? How are we doing? Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Can we extend our roads down a little bit? We can extend them. And also rail. I'm thinking that we could have at least 2 cities here. This area is crying out to be a lovely, veritable, wheaty land. I think that's what it's going to be. And I got a hunter lodge there. We put this raw meat in there. We put that on export. So that's nice. It's not really going to do... Not going to do a whole bunch for us, but that's okay. Maximia is actually leveling up now. Great. We must have somehow managed to supply enough wheat. I really don't understand how that happened, but that's okay. Wine. Oh, yeah, I forgot we were actually trying to fix this wine situation. What's going on here? Don't know what's going on there. That was kind of weird. Do you need more houses? Do you need more buildings? I can supply them both. Vineyard. Yep. Another vineyard? Yep. Another vineyard? No, not quite. But that's a few more bottles of wine that we should be able to produce. I think we can get away with just having one singular wine town. I think so. Also, maybe we could do with getting some more fishing docks. Potentially. Nope. Nope, we are maxed out. We're maxed out for fishing docks. That's fine. We're okay with that. Undersupplied resources. Do we not have any wood here? We might not have any wood, to be fair. But that's okay because we can supply resources by air if we need to. From all of the other warehouses, which is kind of cool. Okay, good. Meat is coming through here. Fantastic. And are you even... You're even in supply range of... Yeah, fish. We really don't have fish, do we? Even though we're importing fish at the fastest rate that we possibly can. Right. Can I build a city center here? Construction arrow arc, not within range. Seriously? Not within range of lumber. I don't think that should make a difference, to be honest. Let's build that in there. I think we can still pull this off. Because all we need to do is change you from steel to lumber. There we go. Good. Because we do have lumber floating around. And that should be fine. Now, I think 3 cities here. Like, one here. Another one here. Yeah, I think this entire area we just turn into... We just turn into literally a full-on wheat production area, which I think is great. Maybe even a jerky production facility right over here. Something like that would be pretty darn good. Oh, this looks so great. This looks so great. This looks so fantastic. Yeah, if only we could supply more fish. And that's actually maybe something else that we want to do with this city. Is get some more fish. That would be kind of cool. So, warehouse, right in here. Right in here. As soon as we get this facility done, we're going straight in. Road. Yep, let's do that. Great. There's no reason that we can't be connected via road and rail as well. In fact, dare I suggest, it's probably by far and away the absolute best thing that we could do. It's really, really good to do. Okay, finish. Great. And warehouse. Tile occupied by rail? Yeah, but I'll just demolish the rail. Easy. Because the warehouse will be invaluable in moving resources around here. Maybe want to get another warehouse somewhere else, but for now it's fine. For now it's fine. Oh, it's looking so good. It's looking so good. Also, just if I could just get my city population up a little bit more, I would be happy. But the fact of the matter is that we can't even do that. That is astounding to me. We clearly need more We clearly need more of so many different things. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know how it is that we're going to manage to fix this. So, we want to have wheat. We want to export domestic wheat. And then I think we just want to try and place down as many wheat farms as we can. Yeah. And then... Oh yeah, can I build another city center here? We sure can. Let's build it here. And let's also build another city center here. Sure. Okay. That's quite a large amount of infrastructure investment that we're doing. But that's fine. We're okay with that. Because it's all in the service of wheat. If this plains area can't become a massive wheat production center, then I will be very, very disappointed. Okay, let's start as we mean to go on, and let's get a wheat facility plus 10% thanks to irrigation. Yep, that's all that we're focusing on. That's what we're doing. And also, your first building is going to be a merchant dock. Because I think we want to import... To be fair, we could import flour directly, couldn't we? We could import flour directly. We're importing fish. Do we get more? 8 per week. I don't know how many we get per week. Because financially, we can sustain a little bit of... we can sustain a little bit of fish. You know, that's fine. Import, import, import. Import... flour, import jerky. Yeah, what about, by the way, down here, what are we doing? What are we doing with our imports? We're not doing anything with this. Let's import flour, let's import jerky. Nice. Because then that will allow that to go sort of straight through. I don't like doing this. I feel like it's bad, but then again, if we do actually get all of the goods that we need, then we will be totally fine. And we're importing flour in 2 piles. Does that make a difference? I have no idea. Jerky we're importing. Wow, we're already importing all of the stuff that we actually need to survive. It's kind of crazy. Okay, yep, you're importing everything, you're importing everything. And let's do... Yep, let's get the irrigation bonus. You are ready to go as well. I need to connect this all up by road. Spectacular. And let's go wheat. Sure. More and more wheat. Oh, you know what we can do if we're going to be building stuff around here? Like right in here, I think. We can build ourselves the... Not the steam crucible. The aqua motor. Yeah. Right in here is probably for the best, right? I think that would be really good. I think that'd be really, really good. Okay. So, flour, jerky. What's the issue? Fish. We're importing fish already. We're doing what we can. Maybe we want to get some more fish production over here. That might not be the craziest idea in the world. Yeah, sure, let's do it. Let's do it. I think we still definitely produce more fish than we can bring in, you know? So it's definitely worth doing. Yeah, because that's a lot of fish that is required in order to fuel all of these buildings. The warehouse is looking fine. Great, we're exporting wheat. That's fine too. Yeah. Oh yeah, I suppose that's where all of our excess fish is going. So anytime we've got it all maxed out, it'll just go into here. And it will give me even more wheat, which is good. That's a nice position to be in, but I also feel like maybe not super critical right now. So, you're ready for another one. Let's get a wheat mill here. Great. Is that connected? Yeah, that's connected by train, isn't it? Yep, right to here. Good. That's nice. How's this all looking? This is looking flippin' miserable. This entire city is looking miserable because we just don't have enough fish. That being said, I mean, if we were to get this warehouse to do fish exports, that would probably be fine. What about a merchant dock here? Must have more houses. Yeah, if that's the only issue that we have, then let's do... I don't want another merchant dock here. I want a merchant dock in this city. Yeah, that's what I want. Road. And we're going to literally import the same things as we've got in Andre. Cool. And let's go flour. Let's go jerky. Import, import. Leave as blank, leave as blank. To be honest, we can get rid of both of these things. I don't care about either of them. Quite happy to remove that. Also, let's just connect these facilities up by rail. Yep. Good. And good. Oh, look at this. It looks so good. It looks so good. It looks so good. Do we have steel nearby? I don't know. Should be fine. Now, what do you need? You need probably a flour mill. I was kind of hoping that we would be able to build with irrigation in mind. So can I turn your... Yeah, turn that on there. That on there, that on there. This here. That there, that there. Yeah, nice. And then we ditch you. You'll rebuild, ideally, somewhere here. Can I turn that off? How about that? Does that make a difference? Yeah, turn that off there. And then build a irrigated flour mill. Demolishing a house prevents building construction. Is there a house that is trying to be built here? There is a house tier 2 that is apparently here. Okay. But now... Okay, well, fine, whatever. You know what? There's clearly a house there that is just not happy. Yep, let's get this in here. Wheat farm. Let's get that in there. Nice. I feel like we're doing what we can in order to grow literally everything. 10. We've hit 10. Great. Had we hit 10 previously? I don't think so. That's tier 5. That is tier 5. Oh my god. We could actually accomplish one of our objectives here. Literally one of our objectives. Cigars and wine. We'd already seen that, to be fair, hadn't we? So how do I get cigars and wine? Well, wine we're already doing. I don't know what I'm talking about there. That's fine. Vineyard. We need more. What? Let me guess. More jerky? Yeah, more jerky. Can we move jerky around here? Fish. Flour. If we've got jerky like next door, that should make it better, but we don't have jerky. There we go. Put that into export mode. How about that? Undersupplied, still with no meat. Oh, this city is just so grim. Imports. It's just not getting the goods that it needs, is it? We're just not able to produce enough. We're just not able to produce enough wheat. Cool. Yeah, it's just so little. So little. I mean, there is a world in which we do demolish you and get a flour mill right in there, and then we'll be able to benefit from the production bonus of the steam crucible, which is really, really nice. But we're clearly having issues just scaling this. Also, we need steel over here. That's fine. Let's get steel delivered. There we go. And you are ready to go up to the next level of city, so let's get the aqua motor. Yep. Demolish rail. Rid of that there. That's good. And then let's get another... Let's get another wheat farm in here, if we can. And rail out there. Out there. Cool. Okay, aqua motor. That's brilliant. Providing 50% production speed to 3, about to be 4, I hope. Wheat farms. That's just about the best that we could possibly ask for, I think. And that's going to be quite a lot of wheat. And that wheat should be good to get moved to here, right? Yeah, look at that. We got lots and lots of wheat. And now I suspect that if we have got too much wheat coming through, that's good. That's a great position to be in. That means that we just need to reorient ourselves around the production of flour, which is good because this is great. We're definitely making some real progress with this. I can still get some more flour mills here, but unfortunately we need to grow our city again in order to make that happen, which means that we need wine and we need cigars. Okay, no matter. No matter. Let's do... we could just import wine. Why don't I do that? Yep, let's just turn that on. That's kind of perfect, right? And then that will increase the wine supply. Where is it? The wine supply area. Go, wine. It should, once it's here, it should filter through and hit all of the areas that it's actually needed in. I guess we will see momentarily. There we go. Lots and lots of fish. We're bringing in as much fish as we can. And a little bit of wine as well, which is good. Where is the wine going? We can see it literally coming down the center here over to this big old house right here. Fantastic. Great. Okay, cigars. I would wager that we're not going to be able to import cigars. I'm going to check. Cigars cannot import this resource from overseas. That's fine. Okay, let's figure out how we do cigars. It is herb collection? No. Tobacco farm. Yes. Tobacco farm and cigar factory. What about here? It's good enough. And then a cigar factory right over there. Maybe. Maybe indeed. I don't think there's any requirements on the cigar factory, is there? Cigar factory produces cigars from lumber, flavoring, and tobacco. There's no requirements on it, but must have access to wild herbs. Where the heck are wild herbs? Wild flippin' herbs. They even exist? Oh, they are crazy far away. Oh my giddy aunt. How is that even possible that we get here? Oh my goodness gracious me. They're really, really far away. Okay, well, that's fine, honestly. Port Lucius, can I get another building here? I'll get another merchant dock. If I build a merchant dock here, that will suddenly make you happy, which is good. And then in said merchant dock, can I import all of the resources that I need in order to make cigars? That's the real question. So we need flavoring. Okay, can't import that, but we can import... We can't import herbs? Oh my... Okay, well, I mean, it's so far away. I mean, it's crazy far away. It's crazy far away. I mean, if I was to build, for example, a railway out this way. Construction's not within range of steel. It can be within range of steel. It can absolutely very easily be within range of steel if we just change this to steel. Here we go. Yeah, so that will be within range of steel. I mean, that gets us like halfway across this one mountain. That is a big ask. That is a big ask. How's this looking? This is looking pretty good, but we still need more We still need more vineyards. And it would be nice if we could get the irrigation from said vineyards. How are we doing for wheat? Wheat we're actually not doing too bad for. Flour we're still not anywhere near satisfying our potential. Potatopolis? Potatopolis, you are not really... You've not really been the capital city that I was hoping you would be. That's more been Nova Eberacum, which I must say has done a spectacular job. Fishing dock, another fishing dock. No, can't even get access to fresh water. Yeah, this has been a great city. I've really enjoyed watching that one grow. Okay, so that takes us out to here. Resource range is still not far. I mean, the aqueduct we've drawn from is over here. I mean, any more aqueducts within range? Kind of, maybe. If I build rail up here, it's a toughie. It's a real toughie because it's so far away. Also, that's a nice little inland lake over there. It's so far away. These are resources from the furthest reaches of the empire. What do you need? You need flour, you need fish. I simply don't understand. If I'm importing as much flour as I possibly can, and I'm importing as much fish as I can, I guess we have so much of a requirement. Tobacco farm, great. We're getting tobacco and whatnot, but seriously, there's no wild flippin' herbs anywhere? Not in production. Flavoring, not in production. Yeah, there's just no... There's literally no wild herbs, with the exception of in this tiny little inland bit. I suppose that's the ultimate difficulty, is to get them. Okay. Do you know what I kind of want to do? I kind of just want to abandon this city. Again, this feels very Roman. So, let's do that. Then let's build an aqueduct to here, as far as we can. See how much of this is going to get built, and then let's... says that's out of the range of cement, but I think it should be fine. Get this back to lumber now. There we go. Good. Back to lumber. Thank you very much. This, you know what, honestly, the most disappointing aspect of everything has been this city. This city has just completely crumbled because there's no flour, and then because there's no flour being supplied to this city, means that there's no raw meat to come to the smokehouses. I literally don't think that we've got any... That's not true. We've got one little... No, which is also abandoned. One hunter lodge over here, which is doing its darndest, but it's abandoned at the moment. But there's just not enough flour. This area is looking pretty good, though. Tell you what, from a pretty hastily scrabbled together operation, it's looking pretty sweet. If only we could get some flippin' fish. What about over here? Can we get another fishing dock? Sure can. Let's do it. Might as well. So, is this even going to be far enough? We can still build further. Let's build to here. Yeah. We can build ever so slightly further. And that maybe puts us in contention to get access to those two springs. Maybe. Maybe, just maybe. Are they even within construction range? That might not even be within construction range, to be honest. That's fine. We build a city here. Out of range. Arrow and lumber. Why? But how... How did you manage to build this? How did you manage to build this, if not? Because it's out of the resource range. Very strange. Okay. Anything else that I want to look at? Supplied houses. Supplied industry. Yeah, it's not super hot. Well, we're just going to have to take the aqueduct back a little bit. Which I'd rather not do, but if it's not going to build anywhere else, then it's not going to build anywhere else. Them's the breaks. How small can we make this city and have it still function? I wonder. I think we probably just nab ourselves a warehouse. And that will be that. Also, if you know what, maybe we reintroduce hunting lodges in this city. Let's do it. I mean, if there's literally nothing else is working, we might as well do it. Potatopolis, yeah, sorry, again, you're just kind of there, kind of a bit useless. This city, let's get another fishing dock if we can squeeze it in somewhere. No. There is aqueduct potential here. Connected to a spring. Yep. Aqueduct potential down to this point there. Let's do it. See if we can try and extend out. Right, you are literally just going to get a warehouse. Once the house is built, we're going to nab ourselves a warehouse here and see how far we're going to be able to get. I mean, where's the resource range go to? We'll see after the warehouse is built, but we'll build out that way. We'll build rail out this way. Problem is, I don't think we're going to be able to aqueduct. Oh, maybe we can aqueduct from this facility, from this place right there. Like there's another one right here, so it's not like, that's not crazy far away. We could maybe do something about that. And then rail in there. Yeah, cool. Okay, well, that's fun. See what happens with that. Aqueduct has been built over here. City center. Let's build one right over there. How's this all looking? This is looking, I mean, it's not looking too bad. It's not looking too bad. It's as if we forget the previous bit of our empire and just focus on this new bit, it's actually fairly decent. It's fairly decent. Flour. Flour, 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 flour. So much flour required. We've got to be moving. Maybe it's just... Maybe this single warehouse... I feel like this single warehouse can't handle that much wheat. Maybe it's just that we're not producing enough wheat. That's probably it, to be honest. Yeah, it's good. It's fine. Can we destroy something here that we don't need? I mean, the lumber mill doesn't really have to be... Doesn't have to be here. We could easily destroy that and then just get another flour mill in here. Yep, there we go. And we'll see if that will change things around. Although, to be fair, not much has changed. Like, we shouldn't have built that there. That's fine. Can we destroy another building? Can we destroy another building in this city? Warehouse. House. What do we got? Logging camp? Absolutely not required. Absolutely not required. And then... all buildings require access to fresh water. Ah, bummer. You're just out of the range of the fresh water, aren't you? Okay, no matter. We'll just have to build that here. Although, if we're going to build that there, we're probably just better building a steam crucible. Yeah. Tell you what, that's exactly right. Yep. Build a steam crucible right in here, and then... because that tile and that tile are already covered by water, we should be able to expand. I hope. If it all works out. Do I have space for one more building? We might have space for one more building. Let's see. Also, this is in Maximia, so... nope, flour mill. Yeah, build that in there. Sure. That's actually not too bad. That's that kind of works out in a really, really nice way. And that will give me even more wheat production, which is great. And look at that. That's going to give me more flour coming through here. That might actually be enough flour to... oh, look! Look, it's restarting. Hallelujah. Amazing. Okay, that might just be the kickstart that we need. Right, how's this looking? Not ideal. Not ideal. But not terrible, actually. Okay, extend. Road. Oops. Extend up here. And extend down there. Yeah, so we don't really want to mess... We don't really want to mess with this. We'll get steel here. Sure. And it can all be supplied by train anyway, so that's kind of nice. Hey, hey, hey! Look at that! Our hunting city has been restarted. Fantastic. That's a real step in the right direction. How are we doing over here? Is there an opportunity for a fishing dock here? Yes, there absolutely is. And then maybe followed up by a warehouse. Oh, there's so much good stuff happening. This is the place to be. This is the place to be. I feel really, really happy that we've got enough wheat. You are in the wrong place there, buddy. What about expansion here? Yeah, no, I want to enable expansion in these locations. But I don't want expansion here, I'm afraid, because that is reserved for a wheat farm, of which we are desperately in need of, because we are always desperately in need of wheat farms. That's just the way of the world. But that auto, what is it? The steam aqua motor. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good bit of kit. How's this all looking now? We're bringing in a lot of wheats. Oh my goodness. Look at this. We're starting to see a little bit of blue. That means that we're seeing a little bit of flour stored. Just the tiniest amount of flour. The tiniest amount of flour. And then another flour mill. I can squeeze in another flour mill. Let's do it. Let's do it. It might be built in Maximia, but I don't actually care. That does not make a difference to me. It's completely okay. Look at this. This is working great. You, by the way, needs to have raw meat on export. There we go. That's much better. And then you should be able to transport... We should be able to transport raw meat directly to this facility right over here, as opposed to it taking the long, rather arduous journey from, yeah, this road down here. Nice. Okay, so that's now within range. That's now within range. Okay, well, this changes things. This changes things quite significantly. It's not completely fixed. Let's get that and that there. Cool. I don't actually think that we're going to be able to stretch out a road network long enough to get all the way to the wild herbs, but it'll get us a bit of the way there. It's looking good. And more fishing docks. I think that's what we want to do, to be honest. More fishing docks do be happening. That's good. I think this wheat area has changed everything, you know? I think that has absolutely changed everything. We have got everything bar cigars. There's only one house that is not being supplied, and that is with cigars. Holy cow. This looks great. This looks amazing. We've worked through all of our backlog of wheat, which is a little bit less than ideal. We might struggle to produce a amount of flour. Maximia, my least favorite awful city that I have despised for a long, long time. That's a tier 3 house. Where's your tier? Your tier 5 house is literally right there. Wow. Yeah, I did not actually think that you would manage to get a tier 5 house ever, so I'm actually pretty impressed with that. Right, okay, we're gonna wrap things up. We are gonna wrap things up right about now. What have I? Have I failed all my objectives? Oh, complete the goal in 25 years. Well, we've clearly failed. I don't care. Obviously not interested in the goals at all. How many years in are we? We're 25.9 years. Okay, so we've literally just managed to fail that. that was super fun. That was super, super, super fun. Yeah, really, really enjoyed this one. As I say, I've been following this game in development for a long time. Seen it come out, and it's just been one of these really sort of like interesting indie projects that I have enjoyed following throughout the course of its development. And now that it's here, happy to say I have enjoyed the absolute heck out of it. Really, really good game. Truly, like, just very interesting, very novel, and just very different. And I love the aesthetic. I love the sort of like Roman steampunk vibe. I think it's really, really cool. And definitely one that you should check out if you're interested in this type of city builder. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, my name, of course, has been Orbital Potato. Thank you ever so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye.